7. No. But what? What are you trying to do? Yeah, I mean, I guess it's not super preferable, but it doesn't really matter. That's so fair. I've spent so long in OBS like tweaking my settings, like obsessively trying to get the perfect settings. And then I realized like after like 2 years that it really doesn't matter. It's orchestrating time. And then he proceeded to orchestra everywhere. What do you mean? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Well, everyone can just look at you. Hold on, let me reload my web page. Hello. Yay. MuseScore. I don't know, it's your stream. Yo, hold on. It'll be like a 2-person team, but like only one of us can actually push notes on a page, but I have to direct you on what to do. Yeah, you're like my hands, but I'm not able to hear the piece either, so no, it's not. No. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. That doesn't sound like a good idea. I was thinking it'd be like one like those videos where like someone's like playing a game and it's like one person's the keyboard and the other person's the mouse, but I don't think that really works here. I mean, you can still do that, but I don't think multiple. I mm, I don't know how it worked in MuseScore 3, to be honest. I had never did anything like that, but wow, fancy. Too bad MuseScore is now dumb. Dumb score. It's worse now. Yeah, but it's dumb because you can't have multiple people working on it. You know, all those composers that worked on scores literally at the exact same time that happens. At the exact same time, their hands overlapping, touching. Yeah, getting each other's way and then looking at each other in the eyes all daringly. Like, I know I can compose better than you. I was thinking more enemies to lovers composing, but I guess that works too. Well, I guess that's just where we differ. One of us is competitive and one of us is gay. You'll never know which one it is. You'll never know. Oh no. Uh-huh. 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 Lots of dollars from desperate people. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I will watch reality TV in a minute, but I can I know what you mean. Alright, where are you starting, Lotus Boy? Did you pick a key? I think all your wind players are going to appreciate all of that ink at the beginning of their score. I mean, E major is a cool key, but like... Wait, are you sure you want to go usually before I start something, I like edit my instruments. But... Oh yeah, but sometimes I add and remove stuff. Usually I add like a contrabassoon and I add a euphonium. That's just me. Yeah, usually I get rid of harp. I don't use harp. And I also don't use snare drum. But harp can be replaced with piano. I don't know why piano isn't in symphony orchestra. That doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me. You could have like general percussion part, I guess. That might be better. Wow, 3. I realized that I should probably have like percussion, general percussion, instead of having like 6 different percussion tracks, but I don't know, that's just how I operate, I guess. Oh, tap tempo. Does MuseScore not have a tap tempo? $160. Yeah, I had to force him into streaming because he forgot. I'm like, I can't miss him doing orchestrating, and then he's just like, oh man, I can't wait to just relax for the rest of the day. After a hard day's night, yeah. No, I understand. I had barbecue because I'm Texan, so I had barbecue. If you're not Texan, you don't have barbecue. It's impossible. But I had barbecue. And man, I wish I could eat more stuff because they give you like large portions, and I feel so bad that I can't finish it. Yeah. It's a lot of accents. Wow. Yeah, wait, what kind of chord are you going for when like after that little fanfare? Very classical. Yeah. Wait. What? But like, what kind of sound of chord are you going for? Something? Because yeah, in my mind, I'm thinking like, you know, like the president's like marching band or something. But maybe your idea is a bit different. That's a lot of fortes. Uh-oh. Yeah, wait, wasn't it just in E major? What happened? Did I miss something? What? Isn't it... went from 4 sharps to 4 flats. That's crazy. Are you being heard on stream? Hold on. I'm not hearing your audio. What? My dumb. Oh my goodness.
I forgot to unmute my mic.
Oh no. No.
I forgot to unmute.
No. Well, welcome to
See, this is what
your
happened.
own stream.
This is what happens when I don't have a starting screen.
Oh my goodness.
I'm
I don't know if you even would have caught that.
I wouldn't have.
Oh my gosh.
Hi, Penda, what's up?
Dum dum. I can't believe it.
Yeah, the effect I want to go for here is like half tempo 3/4 bar out of nowhere, but it's measured 2. But at the same time, that is extremely on brand for me to add. You've seen my music.
You know what, bro? Whatever. Just put whatever you want. I think me personally, I'll just put it like a fermata, I guess, but maybe that's just me.
I kind of want to slow it down. It feels a bit fast. This fanfare is a good tempo, but maybe I should just speed this up. Yeah, can I like... Okay, I promise... I can't actually promise you anything. Oh god, that's ugly.
Yeah?
I may... The trumpet players will complain that I am giving them 30-second notes.
Bro, who cares about them?
You know what? Touché. Who cares about trumpets anyway?
I think you might need to decrease the amount of beats in that first measure.
Yeah, I can just make that
like
a pickup. Hi, just eating dinner. Ah, you enjoy your dinner.
Isn't there a word for that? Like the pickup measure? There's like a fancy word for that, but I forgot what it is. Dang it.
Is there? Surely anyone would complain if you give them 30-second notes.
They suck to read. There's so much ink.
Here, I have to copy this, don't I? Anacrusis.
Yeah, I knew it. It's a very fancy, dumb-sounding word.
No.
But I guess pickup measure doesn't really explain very much either, so you know.
It's a measure that's a
Either way.
pickup. What
Yeah, but
confusion is there?
Up?
It's picking up the song.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess like a more official term, like a more accurate term would be like, I don't know, like the kick measure? Like, you know, you're kicking in or something? That's a rock term though. What is this? Sorry, I found something weird on my desk.
What was it?
It's like a weird plastic tube thing. It's for the Sunday stream.
I see. You know, one time I was digging around in my couch cushions and I found a 9mm bullets.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, that's how you know I live in Texas. I don't know how it got there. And it wasn't like a shell. It was just like it was a completely unused bullets.
Just perfectly normal, just perfectly intact.
Well, yeah. It's not like a shell fell out of someone's pocket or something. And I have no idea how it got there. Why is it in the couch cushions? Not like in the garage or something? Well, who knows? Maybe it just spawned there.
Yeah,
I'd be okay with it just spawning there.
I'd assume that in like Texas, they just kind of just show up. It's like dust.
Yeah. Yeah, like maggots or mold. It just kind of spawns on it. But maybe it's like a video game where like if you see like an ammo pack or something, you know that there's something bad coming up.
You're gonna need this
Maybe,
bullet.
You're going to need this. There is a rodent in the house, and you must deal with it.
Oh, I see where this is going. Yep, there we go. It was gonna be there eventually. Da, 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 da. Oh wait, no, that'd be a 3/4 bar, not a 2/4 bar. Like this.
I think you know.
No. Dun, 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 dun. Maybe I should just shorten it like that. Turn this to a 2/4 bar. Do that, that. Actually, yeah, that does sound, that's the sound I was looking for. At some point, I'm just gonna go, screw it, free time, like Lord Melbourne.
Why must you be this way?
I have very specific things I want. Should I add timpani to this?
That's just suggested.
Oh, did you? I didn't hear you.
Oh my goodness.
It'd probably be in this bar. After the horns and trombones resolve.
This would be very Beethoven, I guess. Like, I think it's oboes playing like 2 high notes, and then the flute playing the very high note, and then the strings play in octaves, not like chords. They play in octaves, and it makes a very. I mean, I guess it's a very classical sound, but I don't know. That's just kind of what I hear. But maybe that's just because it's me.
Maybe I don't want to write this for orchestra because I'm feeling like big wind ensemble vibes from this. And I could see euphonium in this chord.
Well, then I guess you better change it up.
All right, then. See ya, strings. Never liked strings anyway. I am historically really bad at writing string parts. Let's get a euphonium in there.
A wind ensemble is basically an orchestra, so...
If you forget the strings and add in a couple instruments.
Yeah, like
Also,
if
tenor,
you have an orchestra
soprano,
but remove
baritone,
an entire
boom,
section
boom.
of it, then it's still basically an orchestra.
Why did they place them like this? No, this should
Because
be
it's still an orchestra order. You need to change it to...
No, but they like the soprano saxophone was tied. It's like tied to the clarinets for some reason.
No, because
Also,
if you add new
euphoniums up here?
instruments, it gets kind of weird. If you go
Yeah.
if you change the layout of it,
Yeah, there's like a
it'll fix itself.
thing. It's in like bar lines.
Just go back to the when you added the menu when you add an instrument, and then just
Wait, is it
change
in
the
here?
layout.
I don't know. There's like a thing I can add.
Oh, the bracket. You have to add a
brackets,
palette for
that's
that.
it. Yeah.
And you can use the bracket.
Boop.
You can use
There
the
we go.
lame square one or the cool curly one.
I am going to use the lame square one.
Dang.
There we go. That looks nice. I don't know why the bassoons are separated. Let's move them up a bit. I feel bad. Oh, I should get a bass clarinet out as well. That'd be good to have. Bass clarinet. Boop. There we go.
Yeah, I think in one piece I had like 5 clarinets, and I was like, this feels like too many.
There's no such thing as too many clarinets, I'm afraid.
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
clarinets,
piccolo!
they're like clarinets are like the most synth sounding instrument. I don't really know how to. You know what I mean, though. It sounds like a sine wave.
I don't know if I would say it's the most, like, there's like theremin, but if we're talking like acoustic instruments,
yeah,
then yeah, I can see
But,
that.
like nothing electric. I'm kind of excluding those, but like the acoustic instrument, the clarinet sounds like a synth.
Da 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 da.
Why is the tuba separated from all the brass, guys? What is?
Oh
this
wait, yeah.
order?
Why is it? Get back in there. There we go. And I need a euphonium part. Except the euphonium sound sucks, so I'm gonna actually change it to be the tuba sound.
Yeah, they're basically the same. Actually, they are kind of the same. I think the euphonium's like not technically, but it's like a cousin of like the tenor tuba, so
Yeah.
they're similar-ish.
It's just not gonna.
And it looks like a tuba, so it basically is a tuba because that's how stuff works.
It kind of sounds like a tuba, euphonium.
Sometimes they use a horn sound, which is a little more accurate.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
But only really in the higher parts. In the lower parts, it starts to really show that it's a horn and not a euphonium. But yeah.
This it's not just gonna be.
Play the fanfare on its own, or you're gonna have some other guys go in there.
I have an idea, and the idea for now is just to play around with the chords enough.
That's a lot of.
For some reason, I feel like it's like a E flat diminished. I really want to go to here for some reason.
I can't believe you can understand your chords just by looking at them. I cannot do that.
We could certainly try it. Something like this.
E flat diminished.
Is that what I want? Is that what I want? It's close. Here, I should probably turn up MuseScore. It's kind of quiet for me.
I think this needs some, like, every time I hear this, I hear like some kind of sparkle, like a triangle or something. Something sparkling in my mind.
Maybe. Oh, ooh. I know what I want.
That minor third in the bass is very gravelly.
Do I want to go to an E flat at all?
Well, what chord precedes it?
It's just one. It's not even
So,
one. It's just.
What was that? A flat? Yeah,
it goes from D flat, D flat.
Never minds.
It goes. It's the whole like progression is D flat, 1, which is just, you know, easy 4-1 progression. Let's try B flat. I don't know. To experiment.
D flat to E flat is certainly.
Oh,
I mean, you can do it, but
I said B flat actually.
Oh, B flat. Okay.
Ooh. Is that the euphonium? What is that? Something in there sounds like really. It is. Okay, sorry, no euphonium. I have to get rid of it, I'm afraid. Because the sound is really, it's really clashing with everything else. Or I can like go into the mixer and artificially like turn it down and all that.
Or you could change its dynamic.
It's forte. It has to be. It's a brass fanfare. Here, let's try this.
You could just turn it down.
Yeah, I did. That's what I'm doing. I'm just editing it in the mixer. There we go. That balance isn't horrible.
It's very Debussy.
Da 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 da. Let's turn it down the mixer. Is it even using the sounds from the same pack? Unfortunately, there is no.
There's no euphonium sound.
There's no euphonium sound, so we have to use the tuba one. But the higher end of the tuba does not resonate very well with the rest of the low brass, in my opinion.
Yeah. That's why I said I use the horn sound sometimes as a replacement. But of course, that doesn't work all the time. So.
Da da da. Like this?
That's so fast.
I like how I say this, I feel like in every single one of my composition streams, but it's always like, well, don't plan on getting it performed anyway, so I don't have to try.
What do you mean?
Oh, I forgot about the horns, didn't I? Here, let's just like
oh my gosh.
very
How could you
lazily
forget the
copy and paste in the
horns?
trombone part. They'll figure it out.
Did you ever read about Mr. Rimsky's advice for writing brass chords?
No, I only have Alfred Reed's book. I'm not a nerd.
Yeah, but like, didn't you tell me that you bought Rimsky-Korsakov's book?
No, I tried looking for it in a library once, but I got lost in the anthropology section.
I remember that part.
Yeah, I
I heard that you bought it, but
I'll tell this story to the entire stream. I went to a library because I was trying to find specifically Korsakov's book on it, and I was on like the top floor of the library. It was like, because I was trying to follow the Dewey Decimal System, and it led me to the anthropology section for some reason. So I decided, okay, I'll go to the bottom floor on the complete other end of the store. So I went from the west side to the east side of the store, and it was still anthropology.
uh-huh.
And
No, this man right here, this guy, instead of, I don't know, looking at the website, asking the librarian whose job it is to find books for you, he just left. He just left the library without getting the book.
I bought this one instead. You know what? This one is nice too. Because it fits on my desk very nicely between
I bet
next
you
to
could
my
also
monitor.
find that book at the library if you just asked.
You could certainly not find this one. I'll tell you that. I don't think you'd be.
All right.
Are you able to buy
I
it?
don't know.
This one doesn't go into
Which
like
book?
this. It's called The Essential Dictionary of Orchestration by Alfred Reed.
Alfred Reed.
I don't think he really gets into like how to write chords. He talks about specific instruments.
I remember that name Reed when I was looking for orchestration books.
Thank you,
I don't know,
Penbu.
but-
Thank you so much. You understand how difficult it is to
I
talk to
don't.
people.
What do you mean? I mean, I guess that's where I differ. I will talk to anyone.
Yeah, you're talking to me. You're like, all right, fine, I'll settle for him, I guess.
This is so hard. Librarians aren't scary. In fact, they're like the least scary people ever. They're librarians. I think.
Dun, 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 dun. I want like a.
You want to what?
Makes sense if you watched the stream.
Well, I am, but it has like a 10-second delay, so I'm having
Oh, you can
difficulty seeing
barely
exactly
hear
what you're
that.
complaining about.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
I think it might have a better effect if you move the timpani like from C to F, so there's like or from B to F or something. I think it's usually C to F conventionally because of reasons, but
I just went from F to B flat because that follows, because this is like a B flat major ninth. That's what I'm going with, apparently.
okay. That's a lot of tremolo.
Is it like normal practice where if I delete this one right here, they would just carry through? Am I not sharing with audio and Discord? Nah, Shrigi's just watching the stream. I could screen share to you if you'd like that. Although you
Yeah, I asked you to do that earlier for OBS when you're having trouble, but you're like, nuh-uh, and I bet that's because your desktop is such a big mess, you dum-dum.
Wow, that was uncalled for. I'll screen share you. I don't remember asking. Just a moment.
I specifically remember like 10 minutes ago, or something, no, like more like 30 minutes ago, I asked.
There you
And you were
go.
like, no, not at all.
There you go.
Yay.
I may be
Yay.
stupid.
I may be stupid. Now that I hear it, not 'cause I
Maybe
had
a
the
bit
stream
much.
quiet, so I didn't hear myself. Yeah, that might be a bit loud. Turns out when you have the timpani playing at forte, the timpani plays at forte. You could also change it to use soft mallets, which might help maybe.
No, cool. Thundering timpani. I'm in the Tchaikovsky mindset right now. I like cannons to my piece, sure.
The Tchaikovsky grind sets.
You know, I got told I really like that. I think that's cool, but it feels a bit too heavy. And I got told by a percussionist friend of mine that this is not a good note on timpani, this specific one. But then an octave up just sounds odd. The low F.
You could
apparently not many people have drums that are those sizes, or they're like not common or whatever.
Maybe you could try it, have a high F and have the timpani be kind of quiet, but then have the bass drum kind of fill in for the lower section. So it's kind of like a pseudo low timpani.
Actually,
but
wait.
Then again, you did say earlier that
look at it so far. I feel like I get murdered. I just get shot right there.
I mean,
if I handed this to somebody.
Besides like the weird time sig changes, but I guess.
I should add a 5/4 in just like the middle of this. That'd be funny. Just completely throw everyone out. No, not even that. I should add like a 4/8.
I mean, you're just, if you put the whole thing in 2/4, it'd probably be less difficult for them to read, but
you are absolutely correct about that, actually.
Oh my goodness.
But then it's kind of, you know.
It is weird.
It just looks odd. This looks nicer.
Yeah, what if you... Well, it's not that. It's not like you're switching between 7/8 and 1/4 and
you just gave me
15/15.
You just gave me a great idea. 2016. Here we go.
2016.
I don't know anything. What I read in 2016.
I don't know. You're the one that just slapped it down. It's like, yes, I'll write in 2016.
It's a fragment of the Bolero. You know what? No 2016. We'll go for an even worse one.
Did Ravel write for 2016?
Do I need to advertise the Bolero stream from like the one we added this like 2 weeks ago? Week or two ago?
Yeah, everyone look at Bolero.
I kind of do unironically when I add a 5/4 bar in the middle of this though.
But personally, I would just add a fermata to extend the beat if I had to.
Whoa, what is that?
What in tarnation? What?
I just wanted to change it to a 3/4 bar.
What happened?
Which would completely destroy the consistency of the song, but I'm beyond that, honestly. I've given up of all consistency.
Bro, what the ever?
Because this note just feels ever so slightly too long. Da 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 da. Yeah, perfect, just like that.
I think that the trumpets could be doubled and the trombones and like an octave down and make it like heavier. I feel like the light stuff following the super heavy stuff is a little bit jarring. That's just my opinion though.
We could certainly try that. Yeah, let's grind it from the start. Da, 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 da. Kind of want to have that motif going in the horns. Da, 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 da. I know the direction I want to go with this. I have a specific chord progression in mind. I'm trying to remember what the piece was called. Oh, I remember what it was called. It was a John Wasson piece called Festive Fanfare for Christmas.
John Watson?
Wasson. There was just Wasson. Festive Fanfare for Christmas. He has this chord progression toward the start, which is really pretty, that I'm going to completely steal. Actually, that's a super cool piece of music. I wish it was easier, because then I would play it in more orchestras, but oh well, you know how it is.
Ask me to everything. I wish it was easier so I could play it.
It's a fun listen. Despite it being like an overture, like a overture march kind of thing, it's surprisingly easy to listen to because it's just fun. Not like Sousa where you're constantly like bouncing up and down, but it's just like it's just fun to listen to. You know what I mean?
I'm not gonna lie.
Dun, dun, dun,
Bum, ba-da, bum, ba-da, da. Dun, 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 dun.
dun, 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 dun.
Maybe this like counter melody is like higher. I think maybe if you have like the oboes playing that part in an octave higher, just to make them a bit more distinguished. Whoa, a triplet.
Kind of want to add like, yeah, that's actually exactly what I wanted.
Bum 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 ba da ba da 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 bum ba dum bum.
Is that Mars?
Yeah, it's immediately hearing that I was like, hold on, I've heard this before.
Holst is pretty cool. I like his music. Yeah, you see the effect I'm trying to go for? Let's add in the tuba as well, because we're gonna give our gift to the tuba players. It's not just gonna play whole notes. Isn't that wild?
That's true.
Oh wait, these aren't tied. Whoops.
Can tubas like comfortably go pretty high and play like a solo part, or does it?
I had a conversation.
Like their purpose is to be super low, but like still.
I had a conversation with a tubist, exactly that question actually, and apparently they can, but no one uses it because it's just not a very. Because composers didn't find the sound like super useful because it's such a conical sound to it. Is that the right word? It's like...
Is it like a thin sound?
No, it's too thick. You can't really get that much out of it. It doesn't project a lot, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's like a thick soup you can't swallow.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. I imagine, in my head, I imagine like a violin solo is kind of like cutting a knife or a piece of tape with scissors. Like it just cuts right through like butter, right? It cuts right through that barrier. Tuba's like trying to stuff a balloon in there. Like you could fit it in, but it just won't fit.
But maybe that's exactly what we want for something. But I guess classical composers don't really want that. They want resonance.
Also, because I think tuba is actually a relatively modern instrument anyway. So
that is actually true.
Mozart and Beethoven never got around to writing a tuba concerto, unfortunately. Even then, I don't think they would have. Because I don't think Mozart ever wrote a trombone concerto, even though trombones were around back then.
Yeah, they mostly used trumpets and natural horns, and then that was like their entire brass section. And it's usually one or the other. Usually, I mean, again, they don't have that many people to work with, but
right.
You know, they made do with what they had. So.
It's kind of a fun rhythm. That's not at all what I was thinking of writing. I was kind of like, I wonder what this is going to be. Yesterday, before I forgot about the stream. I mean, I didn't forget about today.
Yeah.
I was
because you're so responsible.
I was thinking of kind of like Hooray, kind of like slow dance kind of thing. Like if you're aware of a Pavon Opus 55, I think it is. That kind of feel.
Nerd, even drop the opus number? That's crazy.
Okay, all of Hooray's pieces sound the same though, so you have to drop the opus number. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Tell me.
I don't know. I don't listen to Hooray, so I have no idea.
Listen to one Hooray piece, and you've heard all of it. I'm sorry. It's all. The guy is French, but all of his music just sounds English.
I
have no other words to describe Hooray's music. It's nice. He's really good at writing melodies, but he kind of wrote the same thing over and over.
He just has his own sound. He's like the Nickelback of composers.
That's a good way of putting it, yeah. Da, 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 da.
Oh, that's
Ooh. I could add that in, that's entirely. But no, I'm gonna be nice to my trombone sections. This is totally not, bias.
well, yeah, but like high trombone is pretty cool. I considered writing for alto trombone once because I like the way the high trombone sounds, but nobody has an alto trombone, so.
I want to buy one. There's a music store kind of near me who is willing to sell me it for like really cheap. They have a model of one, but the price scares me because it's
like,
not a name brand and it's just super cheap. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I played it and it
The
sounds
alto
fine.
trombone is like it's like less bright than the trumpets, but like not as mellow as the horn. It's like the great middle ground, and I realize now I guess I'm just describing like a flugelhorn, but whatever. Whatever.
Ooh, that's the chord I'm looking for. Is it really just F minor? No.
I mean, you have some extended bendos on there. I did like F though. That was cool.
It felt a bit
sounds
generic.
Modern, but
yeah. Well, I'm not going for classical sound anyway. It feels a little
Oh, yeah,
bit
but
like oh, of course it goes to, like you hear the F minor and you're like, oh yeah, that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
This will be a
Of course,
3/4 bar.
If you orchestrate it in a funny way, then no one will notice.
What do you mean you can't go to D flat 2? Oh, that's the euphonium part.
You're
That's
putting
why.
on euphonium.
Like,
Sad.
this is your purpose, tuba. It's to use that note.
Oh yeah, you tubas out there, I can't believe you can't play that low notes.
We'll just go. Ooh, actually, that's really pretty.
Right.
Could I get a D flat major chord in my trombones? That'd be really nice.
I think for that like melody where the chords go down, where the bass goes down like that, would be a good place to have some woodwind chords, kind of punching it. The brass
Ooh,
would have to decrease in volume to like counter that, of course. I know it's fanfare, but like something about that feels a bit more intimate, you know, instead of like big punchy.
I could do like a big like arpeggio thing, up to a trill or something.
And this is just like the big punchy intro, so.
Arian, thank you for subscribing. That sound scared me. I didn't realize how loud that was. Arian? I don't know how to pronounce that. Well, thank you for the subscription. I don't have a name for, because I'm not basic. Welcome to the club, the Cool Kids Club. That's what we'll call it.
Yay.
Does that resonate like at all? Why can't you like...
Well, you see, Mr. Lotus, if you have 4 positions,
There we go.
you can't really hear the vocals. You'd have to really turn down the brasses, otherwise the woodwinds would have to, you know, like double up like you have there.
I figured
Or
it out.
triple up, I guess, in this case. Yeah.
I kind of want flute that to be done there. LuTo sounds like a classic VTuber fan name. LuTo. I'll think about it.
No, his name is Lotus.
Lotus. Yes, I am indeed a flower. I would not go with that. Yeah.
Lutomo.
LuTo.
Usually I like to come up with dumb nicknames for people, but your name's a little short, so it's kind of hard.
I feel like it's a good thing, because there's a lot of ways you can take that. How do I...
Yeah,
is it in
I've
properties?
just settled on Lotus right now, but that's not silly enough.
Yeah, here it is. I want to mess around with these a bit. That is literally just one note.
Ooh.
Ooh, that's kind of cool.
Bird.
Well, because then when the trill ends and it just stays on that D flat, it feels really nice. You know?
Okay, I take a little bit of issue that you just move the trill instead of shortening it, but you know.
I tried to, believe me. No, I feel like this got to be the next measure. We could do like an arpeggio thing up to it, or is that like way too generic? I don't know.
But bro, who cares? My music is pretty generic.
Da, da, da,
Yours doesn't
da.
have to be.
That. Ooh. God, I love writing harmonies. Mmm.
I'm not gonna call you out on the parallel fourth either.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Oh,
Wait,
okay,
oh,
never
can I do
mind,
my
you're
thing?
right.
Oh. Yes! That is staying in.
I'm so sad right now.
This is so
Instead of having,
difficult to read.
Instead of having like a whole note with like an appoggiatura, instead you've gone for the
I have all these dots up here. I gotta use them somehow. Da, 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 da. Actually, I'm probably not even gonna even keep this. Oh, no, no, no. Wait, I am. I'm just gonna let the horns take over.
Wait, what?
Da, 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 da. Would this be another 3/4 bar? Yeah, it would be. Oh wait, I can remove one of my weird changes. Oh no, I got rid of my double dot. Aww.
Yay!
I have to make it look good now.
I don't think I've actually seen a double dot in any music that I've ever read in my whole life.
Shame. It's always a fun one whenever you see it.
Nah.
You get handed a piece of music with a double dot and an int, and you're like, well, yep, LuTo, that checks out.
Unbelievable.
Da 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 da. Like that? Yeah, that works. Now let's listen to it in context, why don't we? Oh, I want to go back to the tonics so badly. I wonder how long I can drag that out for. Because there's so much tension buildup in it. It's so natural to go back to the A flat there. It wants to go back so bad. So what's like the weirdest chord I can change it to?
Well, you can consult the glorious modal interchange chart.
I'm sorry?
The glorious modal interchange chart.
I'm not familiar. Modal
Oh.
interchange chart.
Oh, don't tell me I have to teach you about. I mean, I would, but like it won't take a while, but that means I'd have to do it.
Oh, this stuff. Yeah, no, I wasn't thinking about any of this. I thought there was like
Yeah,
like a
but
circle of fifths kind of chart. You could just like go across and you go to that key or something like that.
Well, yes, that's what it is, at least to me.
It's kind of like that.
But like you said, you wanted a chord that was like a little bit, funky, and that would be perfect. So it doesn't sound like it doesn't sound too weird, but it's still like unexpected.
I wish I
It's
had
still,
like,
like functional.
I really wish I had like one of those like rollout desks where I can just keep my piano on the bottom of it, so I don't have to like move all my stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I'm so tempted to go over there right now.
Be like a funny producer, and you have all your like your spaceship equipment in the back, and like two keyboards to your sides.
You have like 9 monitors. 3 of them aren't even working.
Yeah, they're not working because you're a producer and you have no idea how computers work. And your keyboard caps already have holes in all of the keys. It sounds like producer life.
I feel like this bar feels ever so slightly too long. I'm sorry?
I'm gonna restart my computer real quick. I will be back.
Alright, I'm changing this bar to 3.8. Because why not? It feels just like ever so slightly too short. Like, here, take a listen now. You see? It's hell to read, but it sounds so cool, you know? I wonder if this bar should be 3.8 as well. We could certainly try. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Whatever you need for the sound. These are the hoops I have to go through. 4/4, 3/8, 3/4, 3/8, 4/4, 3/4. God, I love writing music. I would hate to have been born in like 1642, where everything is very structural.
Yeah.
Oh, have you seen what's been going on over here?
Well, what's wrong with? I was about to say I just came in for that sentence, and I'm like, well.
Oh, so I changed.
Yes,
I changed
I quite like having a PC.
Yeah, that's nice. I meant more as like the theory aspect of it. I changed those 2 4 bars to 3/8. Because it sounds cooler. And it does sound cooler, frankly. It's just not fun to count. Honestly, maybe I should just put this into free time.
Free time, yay.
A very underused time signature. I don't even think MuseScore has that. You have to like make it yourself.
Well, yeah, because no one's as crazy as you are, except for you.
Okay, I can name several composers who have used free time.
I'm not gonna lie, I can't name a single one, but that's just me.
All I know is Percy Granger used it once, and if there's ever like name a composer who's done this, you could say Stravinsky, and it's a pretty safe bet.
That's probably true. Stravinsky, at least from what I've heard, he's like the most specific when it comes to his orchestration. He's very, very specific.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And so that's good.
Actually, maybe not then, because the whole thing with free time is it's very structural and dictated by the conductor.
What you want the entire orchestra to play rubato?
Exactly.
Everyone at their own pace, just figure it out. like you're tuning.
Maybe I shouldn't tie this together. Oh well. I guess with tying bar staves together doesn't really matter. Ooh, excuse me. It matter in the long run. Okay. What's next? What's a funky chord I could go to? Oh no. Okay. Hear me out.
Yeah.
9/8.
I don't think I'm gonna hear you out anymore.
Who let him cook?
Stop cooking! You set the kitchen on fire.
Just pulling all the time signatures at this point.
Oh my gosh.
I am very particular about what I want, I'm afraid, and I hate it. This is a curse.
Why do you hate it? That's very good. Instead of being me and like
I want to write
the same thing like 5 different times, and I'm like, but it doesn't sound quite right yet.
I tried to write basic music. I really tried, and nothing works.
Well, it's because that's just not your intuition.
I don't know if that's a good thing though, because when it comes to performance, hand this to someone and they're no, they're not gonna want to play this.
Bro, whatever.
I
mean, I guess you can simplify it if you need to.
No. Da 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 da. That's what I'm trying to go for. Maybe it's a 5/4 then, not a 9/8. It's 5/4 is ever so slightly better. Da 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 da. It would be 5/4, wouldn't it? Oh no. I'll put a 9/8 later and in solidarity.
It's solidarity. Everyone gets a chance. You could have like a bunch of time signatures, but the orchestra is still effectively playing 4/4.
It's actually 6/4? Is that really? No, that's perfect. Exactly what I want. The 5/4. Oh, do I need a screen share, or do you still have it? Oh, you still have it. Okay.
No. I got it.
All right, just put that away. Then. Fine. Oh, that's very nice. I agree with your statement earlier. I feel like there needs to be some little percussion flair thing in there, now that I listen to it. But what would that be?
That's probably not what you're going for.
I'm sorry?
I thought of something very sparkly, like a triangle or that tree thing that has all the wind chimes. Yeah.
Oh, Mark tree? We could totally look into a Mark tree.
The tree by Mark, yeah.
Dun dun dun.
Bum, ba, da, ba, ba.
Like that?
Whoa, that's a lot of different timpani. Wow, 5.
Look, we didn't write this to be playable. Dyar Har Har, welcome to the stream. It's a pleasure to have you here.
I have watched like performances where timpani players, like for one note, they like tune the timpani down.
Oh, that's
as they're playing it. That looks like it's so hard. I don't understand. But then also make it sound good.
Doable with pedal work, I guess.
Pedal work? No, I watched someone do it with like the drum keys, whatever they're called.
Oh,
I don't know if they're called something different on timpani.
Interesting.
But, like, with the knobs. Yeah, I think it was like during like a John Williams performance, and it was so like I don't know how you do that.
The
like
part is the viola? Oh, it's a viola.
What?
So I love timpani and making something good sound on MuseScore without being playable. So real.
I've done that before, and then I got flack for it. So I'm like, I mean, kind of understandably so, but still. And I guess I'm not really writing for the audience of people that don't really care about that, because my music's very conventional, right? So, oh well. Wow, did you know that there are 4 different cymbal sounds?
I was aware of that, actually, and I use precisely one of them, because the others sound weird in my opinion. Partially because I'm so used to the suspended cymbal. I don't have I don't have pieces where like I need to have specifically this size symbol or whatever. Maybe I just don't experiment enough. I don't know.
I don't know. I was always very fond of the soft mallet sounds.
The thing is, I feel like it shouldn't matter whether it's playable or not, especially while in the middle of composing the main body. Because you can always just adjust stuff to make it playable. Yeah, if you were really wanting to give this to someone, you would go back anyway, even if it's playable or not, just to adjust to their level.
I guess that's one way of doing it.
Yeah, I've learned that the hard way.
I see.
I handed a piece to them, and they're like, "What on earth is this?" And then I went back into the shop, gave it to them a couple weeks later, and they're like, "Okay, we could work with this."
But like, in my mind, if you just make it playable to begin with, it just sounds more realistic, right? So
yeah, it's a good way of putting it.
And of course, it doesn't have to be real. Like, who cares, really? But
because limiting yourself to only writing purely playable stuff all the way through the composition process is suffocating in a way. Yeah, I totally agree with that.
And then again, Molly did write for like 12 horns, so whatever. That probably wasn't very realistic at his time, but he found a way to play it. So
it's an odd way of notating the two symbols, but sure. It's the I'm used to writing like this. I'm sorry, I'm weird. Okay.
Wait, but what's odd about it? It's
because it's an instrument change in the middle of it. I don't know.
But why?
Also, if I was to give this to someone, there was literally no indication as to what you're supposed to do here. But I don't plan on giving it to someone, so we're good.
Are cymbals only this on like a general percussion staff? Is there only one line dedicated to cymbals?
I mean, is there? Oh no! I haven't explored the percussion panel, I'll admit, and there is quite a lot in here.
Yeah, there's different suspended and hand cymbals.
Why is hand cymbal in the middle of the bar? That's odd.
I don't know.
So hypothetically, I am most certainly not the band person.
So you're definitely more of a band person than I am.
So hypothetically, this is the correct way to notate symbols according to MuseScore. I'll even add a tremolo and everything.
It's probably more correct than what you wrote up there. I'm just saying.
Okay, you're not wrong. If I could, can I change the heads on these notes? Because then it would be a little easier. No, I can't. Okay, that's not my fault then.
Wait, what? You can't?
No, in percussion instruments,
weird.
You can't change the heads of the notes for some reason.
That is weird. I've never had to change the head of a note, to be honest, but...
Yeah, same. But, it's weird.
We might just be doing it wrong.
You generally have different staff lines for suspended hand because they're different instruments. Yeah, true. But we are limited in space. I only have 2 more percussion parts I'm not using.
What if like the entire orchestra was like 24 like cymbal players, but they all have different pitch cymbals? And
yo, that's just crotales.
Yeah, but they're like big cymbals.
like hand cymbals, but they're all tuned differently.
Yeah.
One player just has 2 gongs.
That or like a slapstick that is like pitched differently.
You could change the no heads, but you might have to do it in drum set. That seems like a lot of work just to have it be notated correctly.
And plus, I'm sure MuseScore kind of did it as per convention anyways. So
also, I could also just add this. And I think immediately people would...
Thus into crash.
I think if I just added that, people would be like, okay, I see what to do. And look at that, no drum kit necessary. We are breaking new ground over here. We're breaking new ground. Best there ever was.
For drum kits.
Yeah, everyone hates the drum kit. All right, let's take a look.
Drums are cool. I wish I knew drums. Not gonna lie.
They're so loud. I could never.
I know. I would call like jazz drums.
Oh yeah, that's true. I didn't think about that.
The objectively best way to play drums.
Ooh, actually, I don't want these to be tied.
Ooh. That's very Strauss.
Okay, but if I'm gonna do like this whole like rallentando thing and do it, then I really have to commit, and I really have to go back to 1. and I like that
That's
motif.
so much brasses. Also, I would like to suggest that since you're using 2 horns and you have 4, that you use the rest to fill in some notes.
I could do that, and you know what? I probably should actually. Like, go in and fill these in. MuseScore automatically adds these. I never write for 4 horns, but I suppose I could. Because I never...
mean, you could just reduce it to 2 horns if you want. That's completely fine. But
You know what? We're just gonna do that.
Okay.
Ignore the and 3 and 4 here.
No. Double click on the text and you should be able to add
Oh yeah, I know
notes.
you can, but you
Never
know,
mind, you're just lazy.
fine, fine. Just because you insist, I'll go through everything.
I insist.
You are forcing my hand to to press
If your
the
music
backspace
isn't-
bar
if your
3
music isn't
times.
playable, you might as well make it readable. Or you could just hire the 3rd and 4th horns and just have them not do anything.
Just sit up there.
It just sits like, oh man, I wish I could be part of this fanfare.
Better
There's
yet,
this 3rd and 4th horn player that you just really don't like.
add a second part or like a second voicing of it, and it's just entirely rest. So they do have a part.
They have a part, but they just have them
That's,
play like 1 note, but it's like an impossible note.
they'll be like, oh yeah, guys, just play that. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, that's your parts.
This is your 1 note in the song, by the way. And there's no build up. It's at triple F.
Yeah.
Concerts in 3 days. Good luck.
If you don't get it right, you're getting fired.
Yeah, you're not getting paid, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Let's... Okay, yeah, I have to make a decision of how hard I want to commit to this.
Commit to what?
The whole fanfare thing, if I want to keep it going or introduce something new.
I think maybe you should slow down the tempo. I'm curious how this
Slow
it-
it down a bit? I like that tempo. I mean, we could certainly try
Yeah,
it.
that's fine.
70. That sounds slightly more playable.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I really like that tempo. I think this bar sounds really nice with that tempo, actually. Oh, that sounds so nice. Can I get like a...
Yeah.
I feel like I need one more... Oh, I need something on this specific bar. This note, some percussion thing, just to really let that moment hit, you know?
Triangle.
That's too light.
Triangle.
I think...
No, but like actually, like triangles and big swelling parts are not a bad idea. It has to be a bit more subtle though.
I just want to try this.
That's something I read in a concert band orchestration book. I forgot by who, but like.
I just want to try
ooh,
this.
Tam Tam.
Wait, no, that'd be this bar. Bass drum hit. Oh yeah, that's okay. Yeah, no, I'll add that in as well. You can barely hear that now.
Yeah, I was afraid you wouldn't be able to hear it.
Yeah, we're just gonna keep the bass drum in.
What? I mean,
Boom.
Maybe you'd hear it bass drum. I don't know if I can.
The whole point of a bass drum isn't so you notice it, you know, you feel the bass drum.
I guess, yeah, it's hard to hear it through MuseScore.
Assuming
feel
that this
like
is going to be
MuseScore.
played live, of course.
Yes.
I should just do an entire, like, I'll do like a series of streams dedicated to this specific piece. Then I'll just do a whole nother series of making this thing playable.
Oh man, I'm curious as to.
I have like the next 3 months booked out. Hell yeah.
Because like, it's missing woodwind parts. That's just if I were doing it though. But I understand that you want like a loud brassy part, right?
I'll go with saxophones, the least woodwind like woodwinds.
You know, So true. What?
Oh, I didn't see this. Never asked what your vision for the piece is. I have no clue, frankly. I just started writing notes.
Just gonna start going for it.
I might go for
So
like
brave.
a fanfare overture kind of thing, which would mean I would need to use a lot of woodwinds.
I think you should have a snare drum.
Oh yeah, once we get into like the into like a more, how do I say this? Like the journey has started kind of section, I could see a snare drum coming in. With like some ostinato behind it. Something like that. Some like funky ostinato just to keep the melody going. I don't know.
What?
But we're
It starts with a slow, like, kind of methodical, and then it's all of a sudden like, oh, you're marching on foot.
That reminds me of a thing I saw once. I don't know what I'm I don't know. It just sounds familiar. Chimes!
Guilty of that.
Chimes! Oh, that is such a good idea.
Have like a high chime, ding dong.
No, the exact
I like
opposite.
chimes, but they're not exactly in tune sometimes. Kind of by their nature, of course, but
Do like that.
wow, octaves.
Because then it hits, you know? Is that? That is not even close to being in tune.
See what I mean?
What? That's
They're
D
not
flat?
really-
That's not a D flat. What?
See what I mean? They're not like exactly in tune. They're just kind of like special effects. Maybe get rid of the high chime, and maybe it'll like be a little less noticeable.
Key signature? Oh, because those are
Yeah,
D
wait,
naturals. Okay. Yeah, I didn't catch the key signature. Okay.
Track.
No, it sounds perfectly fine, actually.
Yeah, yeah.
No, God, no. No chords.
No, 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 no.
And I like this timpani thing. Let's keep this going.
Wow. I feel like you need to have the orchestra decrescendo here,
Oh, yeah, totally.
and then have like I'm envisioning here. I can like the brasses die down, but then give way to like the oboes doing the chords instead.
Oh, there could be, you know, like at the end of Dvorak 9, where he has like the brass and the winds have the chord, but the brass fade out, but the winds keep going. It's a very specific example. Oh, I love that.
It's very specific.
Dvorak 9. It's a great. Have you never listened to Dvorak 9?
Remember, I told you my
Oh no
Vivaldi.
No, I will change that right now. Listen to Dvorak 9, please. It's such a good symphony. It's the From the New World. Da 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 da. That one. I know the second movement on piano. I'll get it out right now. It's such a good piece, though. But yeah, that kind of effect.
Dropped the name Dvorak, but this guy, what a nerd.
What's wrong with Dvorak?
Nothing. It just makes you a nerd.
And Vivaldi doesn't?
Yeah, everyone knows Vivaldi.
I feel like more people know of New World than. Okay, you know what? No, a lot more people know about Spring than New World.
It's not even close.
What's like a very niche Vivaldi? I could just name a Concerto for Violin Number 2. That one. I've never heard of that piece. I'm just naming words.
Me neither.
He's probably
Number
written.
2.
He's probably written.
Well, if he's written more than 2, then there must be a number 2.
Violin Concerto Number 2 in G minor, Summer. Oh wait, that is the Four Seasons. No.
No.
Wait, is Number 2 actually? Yeah, it is.
Unbelievable. No one's ever heard of that one.
Is it specifically Summer? Or is it?
I think each of the 4
Yeah, it
sections
is.
are their own concertos. They're
Okay.
just all together in a suite.
Oh wow. Wait, there's 12 movements to this piece. It's kind of crazy, actually. I never I never
He
cared for
wrote it over
Valdi.
like 4 years.
It took him 4 years to write this. That was kind of short. It took me 2 just to write 2 movements or 3 movements for a different piece.
I mean, I guess, but
which I will
you know,
never
he's
show on
also a
stream.
priest,
Sorry.
So you know.
Oh yeah, he's probably busy doing the Lord's work, I guess.
He's probably busy. I don't know, being in the 1600s and trying to survive every day. Wait, hello, decrescendo? What?
Okay.
Oh, your score became too long.
It's because I didn't add a destination, so it only went down 1 dynamic, so it went from just down to forte. It barely changed.
That's so noticeable in brasses. I think you need to switch to the continuous view, my friend.
You know what? I'm gonna get your thoughts on this. I got a lot of shit for this last time. I showed a piece to a real composer. He was like, "You can't put your first parts like the pitch of them lower than your seconds. You can't do that." I was like, "Why not?"
Well, by convention, right? You have your higher instruments higher and your lower instruments lower. So like,
but it's also effect. Like, for instance, I, in a lot of pieces, will have my seconds go over my first because, from an audience perspective, the seconds are more distant from the first. So it creates more depth in the sound, in my opinion.
I guess that's one justification. But it's mostly for like voice leading reasons too. So you know, if you care about that, then
no, I don't particularly care. I'm afraid.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I wonder what like classical composers would think about us like writing a piece. It's like, we don't care about this being even close to being playable. Actually, I don't know if they would.
Well, they probably would because they're playing it as they're composing it.
Mostly. I don't.
Not an orchestra.
Ooh, that is a really nice.
Because like most of the classical composers that you hear about were taught in like a conservatory, right? So they probably had those kinds of rules like hammered into them. So.
Yeah. Let's go down to piano.
Even Stravinsky's music is playable, clearly. So, you know.
Ooh, decrescendo, please.
Yes, the tuba in MuseScore is so loud. It's so loud. Like, I know the tuba projects, but does it really project that much?
No.
That's what I thought.
The trombones are so quiet, too.
Yeah, the trombones sounds are quiet in MuseScore. Trumpets are quiet when they're playing piano, which is so unrealistic.
Yeah, let's be honest. Horns are really loud. I hate the snare drum as well. It's like very like, it's kind of like, you know how like showers are very sensitive, right? Like you barely change it, and it like it's suddenly like Antarctica.
For some reason, it took me a moment to understand what you meant, but yeah.
Like the temperature on showers are extremely sensitive. It's kind of like that.
Yeah. I'm
with
a
snare
master
drum
of changing the shower knob a couple tenths of a millimeter to get the correct temperature I want.
Well, with a snare drum, the sound for mezzo piano is extremely quiet, and then mezzo forte is dun 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 dun. It's wild. Especially because I really like mid-area snare is really nice. But okay, I guess we can't have what we want. And then I downloaded the percussion pack, and it's the exact same thing. I guess the difficult thing to nail down. Hugo, welcome to the chat. It's a pleasure to have you.
It's frustrating that you can't just automate the volume and you score, but I guess it is also not a DAW, so whatever. I don't know if the stream can see this, but if you click on playback and properties, you can set the velocity, which is like, I think affects the loudness of the note, but it's like barely anything. Well, in Muse sounds, yeah, it doesn't really affect it. But if you like play an instrument, then velocity is a big, like if you use a MIDI instrument. Like
yeah, I would assume that.
Then it doesn't affect it. Sounds, it just ignores it.
Yeah, it was if it was a bit more dramatic, that'd be nice. Ooh. Should I just have it stop right there?
Yes.
I could barely hear the trombones. Like, no, I need you guys. Please, don't do this to me.
But wait, no, but it's okay because you can have the bassoons come in now and the
Ooh. Right on this measure right here. Just have a D flat major chord in the winds. I don't care about all this right now.
You just want to have the note. Do you want to have that high note there, or?
Oh yeah, actually,
like a low key kind of chord.
Yeah, I'd probably just want the 5th at the bottom, or the 5th at the top. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, if you want piccolo there. Maybe you can preemptively set the instruments to
not go
like
that low.
mezzo forte or mezzo piano.
Like that? Ooh, yikes.
Yikes.
Oh, because that's a B flat. Not I'm a. There we go. There we are. Except, maybe I want to do this.
Oh, that's pretty low for a flute.
Oh, but low flute is so pretty though.
It is pretty, but you gotta remember
But we're not
you're on top of the brass instruments.
Remember, playable.
Oh my god.
And I'll just like, be lazy about it. Except bassoons, I want to specifically have this trombone thing.
I was thinking the bassoons take over the trombone, and you'll definitely be able to hear bassoons because they just sound like bassoons. Nothing in the orchestra sounds like bassoons.
Bassoons are awesome, sick instruments.
They are cool.
I barely get to play with them.
You can hear them over everything.
They are pretty loud.
Yeah, but they have so many overtones.
I could still barely hear that. Let me bring that out a bit more.
Well, yeah, because by default they're playing a mezzo forte. You gotta have them be louder than that. I will give you though that the bassoon sound in MuseScore is quiet.
No, stop doing that. Like that? Yeah, that's nice. Except fortissimo is a bit much, so we'll just go with forte, and I will turn them up as per your suggestion. And just put them up just a little bit.
Sometimes very loud does.
Keep this going.
Or I guess you could also layer it with saxophone, because saxophones, they don't
you
sound
know
like
what?
bassoons, but
I actually prefer this in saxophones. That's a good point.
yeah.
Oh, because then I could add more harmonies too.
That too, I guess. Are you not going to add the contrabass, the double bass in, like the string bass?
Oh my god. I suppose we could.
I don't know, it just crossed my mind, because I remembered you writing for bands.
You know how the bottom of the stream says orchestra piece?
Yeah, but who cares? It's basically an orchestra. I mean, it's a wind orchestra, I guess. I mean, if there's a string orchestra, that could sure as heck be a wind orchestra, so whatever. You also notice, for some reason, by default, the reverbs on the saxophones are lower compared to all the other instruments, which is weird.
Oh yeah, that is odd.
So, Usually I turn them up to like 30 or 40% because for some reason there's difference. I don't really understand why.
Does this sound nice?
The saxophones together do sound nice. But, like, the saxophones alone sound just so goofy.
Need an A flat in there. There we go. Yeah, let's turn up the reverb on these. That is rather quiet. Like 40%, you said?
I don't just like to match the other instruments, you know?
Yeah, I don't mess around with saxophones that much.
They are cool. You got the whole choir there. Soprano, alto, tenor, and not bass, but baritone. Very different.
What even is a bass saxophone? Well, okay, don't answer that. I know what a bass saxophone is, obviously, but like, no.
I kind of weird though that there's soprano, alto, tenor, and then baritone, and not bass. But, you know, saxophones kind of defy all conventions, kind of in their nature. So.
You know that piece I sent out? What was it, last week? I canceled one of the streams I think it was last week. I sent out this piece by Johann de Meij. God, it has a really good opening sax chorale. It's based on Tchaikovsky thing, but it's really pretty.
Everything goes back to Tchaikovsky. He's just very cool.
He's so cool. I wish I was him. Actually, maybe not. He kind of had a hard life.
Yeah, maybe not.
He kind of went through a lot. I wish I wrote like him. I wish I had the balls big enough to put cannons in my symphonies. That'd be sick.
I mean,
that wasn't even a symphony, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was the overture, but close enough.
For what?
You could probably write for like anything now.
Is there a Muse sound for cannons? That'd be nice.
Well, no, but you could add it in like post.
Is there a VST I can find for a cannon?
I don't know about VST.
Cannon
I
VST.
guess you can get like a sampler VST, and like use that.
Artillery VST. Yep. Of course.
Oh my gosh. Well, of course there is. Someone's got to recreate Tchaikovsky somehow.
Oh no, it's a program called Artillery. It's an odd name for a program. Sure, if there's an automaton VST, surely there's one for a cannon. Honestly, yeah.
No, you could just. I'm sure there's like a.
He put in cannons.
Doesn't general MIDI percussion have a gunshot sound?
It's really bad, but yes, it does. Can I write a concerto for MIDI gunshot?
Yeah. It'd be like just replace the snare drum.
You just make the gunshot. Yeah, triple F. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, they're in the Bolero one. We added the gunshot sound, didn't we? And
what?
I had to.
What?
Yeah, one of the players gets shot in the middle of the song.
Oh, okay.
You clearly don't know your Bolero lore.
Did you put it at like? You should put the gunshot, but like make it play like pianissimo.
Oh no, you wouldn't be able to hear it otherwise. I wanted to make it like absurdly loud.
How do you make a gunshot pianissimo? You just can't.
A very quiet gunshot. Would it just be silenced?
Like
it's a Nerf gun. That's the school version. Oh, that is not a fun entrance. How loud is just mess up piano on these?
The saxes are just louder than they should be.
Yeah, that's good. I don't like these harmonies though.
What's wrong with your harmonies?
Those two are fine.
Is Is it just because they're like doubling each other in octaves, and you would like something a bit more complex? Or
No, they just sound like
does
they're
it
kind of
not sound
mesh.
good to you?
They just don't sound good. It's basic, but I suppose it works. Yeah, actually,
My suggestion
pleasant.
would be instead of saxophone, well, not instead, but like instead of saxophones, mezzo piano, saxophones and clarinets and piano together. Sax plus clarinet, very smooth sound.
What's the 5 in D flat? Just A flat. Really? It's this note. Lower that an octave. There we go. That sounds nice. Let's hear it in context.
I'd sure like to see it, but Discord's being stupid right now and showing me only the volume mixer.
Wait, what?
Oh, there you go.
Wait, hold on, let me go back here. Is it still showing you the mixer?
Sometimes
Check now.
I get jump scared by saxophones. Yeah, let's fix that.
Would this just be... It's basic, but just holding that
Nothing wrong
bass...
with basic.
Just holding that bass would be really nice. And mezzo piano here. Bit of shape in the saxophone would be nice.
I'm gonna be honest, I could not hear any dynamic change.
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Actual players, which are actually definitely going to actually play this, will do it better.
Actually, ideally for shape, adding a subito piano would be ideal in this part, but unfortunately MuseScore does not recognize subito, so... Because if I just put a piano here, it's going to see, oh, decrescendo. Instead of, you know, what I actually want.
Crescendo. Wait, what?
Yeah, it's weird. Here, I can show you. Okay, you can barely hear that. Go to like that. Wait, it's working. Kinda.
Yeah, if you had it.
Wait, they fixed that. You used to not do that. Oh well. I stand corrected.
Yay. Well, I think then you have to make the mezzo piano go up to a bigger, because like you said, it only goes up one dynamic. You'd have to make it go to like forte and then piano to make the effect
Yeah, I guess
kind of sell itself.
we could just add a forte piano.
I don't know if forte piano is going to make the note go forte piano. Or
Yeah, there's a bit too much edge to it. Like,
yeah,
if it was a bit
edging
more
too
like,
much.
if it was a bit more graceful and duh, it just kind of got out of the way very nice, that'd be nice. That'd be exactly what I want.
Very shimmery, very romantic sounding.
Is that the one? That is the one, right? Yeah. Because it feels like this is still trying to go one more place.
It does.
Oh yeah, A flat. I completely forgot that we were in A flat.
Oh
I just like
my goodness.
no. Ooh, wait, I kind of like that chord. That's kind of pretty.
What's that? F and the A flat chord. What's a sixth?
That's kind of pretty actually.
Actually, that wouldn't be a sixth. That would be a 1, 3, 5.
It'd be a suspended
13,
sixth.
15.
I'm gonna add the F elsewhere, of course.
Yeah. You're not gonna give your F yet just yet?
A B C E A flat F. Yeah, that's just the sixth. A suspended sixth. Would that be a suspended? Yeah, I guess it technically would be. Or I guess the correct notation would be major A flat major add sixth.
Yeah, add sixth, I guess. I was thinking of it in terms of other things that I forgot.
Wait, why do these E flats want to be Fs so bad?
But it's called not concert pitch.
No, those are Fs. Da, da.
That's man. That's the kind of chord I would write. I think you're getting a little too close here.
Am I plagiarizing?
Just that like this kind of like slow, like fancy chords kind of thing is what I write all the time.
I think I actually tend to write like this quite a bit too. It's just that I've never had the chance to like do it, you know?
To develop it because you're too busy putting look at how many key signature changes you have in the first.
I was gonna say too busy, you know, fucking a bolero, but yeah, I guess that
doing that. What?
I guess
even,
this
like,
is a problem
actually,
too.
I was gonna say like properly appreciate, but I don't appreciate this at all actually.
But it sounds so cool.
I mean, sure, but like I still don't appreciate it.
I want to listen from the top. Let's just try so we can get a feel for what our next section's going to be. And by the top, I mean,
yeah.
we're going to listen to the first 30 seconds of the piece. All right. Yeah, okay.
Bum, 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 bum.
So in context, this should probably be A flat major, because this is what, F minor?
I mean,
F minor over A flat.
You can make the chords whatever you want. It doesn't really matter.
But it needs to sound nice, you know? I mean, yeah, here. Here, wait, I could do the funny thing. We could just do that.
I swear I've heard something like that before, but I can't put my finger on it. It's a very familiar melody. Probably not like, it doesn't sound like anything I've heard in classical music, but it's familiar.
This sounds really similar to a piece by Eric Whitacre called October. If you're...
That's so familiar to me, but I just can't place where I've heard it before. And it was definitely not in classical music, but I just don't know.
Yeah, that Whitacre piece I mentioned is also, it's in D flat major, which is really close to this, so that might also be why.
Yeah, You're just subconsciously copying it. I do that all the time.
It's on my playlist. I listened to it like 3 times today.
Oh my goodness.
Well,
No wonder.
While I was waiting for my expensive ass Japanese food from a food truck.
That was very worth it.
It wasn't even that good, and I spent so much money on it.
Very worth it.
I'll never forgive the Japanese.
I'll never forgive them. How dare you serve me bad food?
It wasn't bad. It was just so mediocre and totally not worth the price that I paid for it. Maybe it was because I was like, I got to the front of the line and I didn't know what to order. So I just chose like, I've had that before. So I chose the takoyaki and okay.
I mean,
I don't know. They had like curry and other stuff on the menu and I probably would have liked that more, but who knows?
Yeah. I don't know. I'd have to try it myself, I guess, to know for sure.
You're not missing.
Usually food trucks are a safe bet for good food, but
it really depends. I never thought I'd be charged that much at a food truck, but because usually you also associate with food truck with being pretty cheap. But nope, I guess not. I mean, they got to make money somehow.
I
but still,
them more with big portions, but maybe that's just here because I live in Texas, where everything is bigger.
Yeah, that's true.
By definition. So.
Yeah, everything is bigger over there, isn't it?
Yeah, it is true. We have bigger, land. Bigger.
Actually, not the biggest state, Alaska.
Well, yeah, but most of Alaska is uninhabited. So.
And most of Texas is too. It's just desert out there, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's inhabited by cows, so that still counts.
Okay, well, I think there's a bit. There's like, you know, rabbits and birds out there in the rural Alaska.
Yeah, but we have so many cows.
And polar bears.
So many cows.
I'm sorry, the polar bears would beat your cows any day in a fight.
Yeah, but cows have strength in numbers.
But it's a polar bear.
Stampede.
But it's a polar bear.
Stampede.
It's a polar bear.
Yeah, but the cows like to stampede.
It's the most dangerous bear in the world. What is the saying?
Yeah, but these are also the most dangerous cows in the world.
What are your cows on?
Very dangerous.
Are they like a Spanish like bulls where they like get pissed at the color red or something like that? Except they just hate humans or they hate everything, I guess.
That's probably not far off.
They just hate everything.
At least wild cows probably do that. They just sit around.
They just sit around eating grass all day. Yeah,
I wish I could be a cow.
Wish you could be a cow. It seems like a very uneventful life.
Well, yeah.
You're like that. Yeah, that's the point. Here, I want to hear that chord change from the start. Because when I just hear those two, it really wants to go to the F minor for some reason. But from the start, it sounded like A flat was the right chord to go to. No. That is just A flat, right? No, there's something else in there. Maybe it's the brass?
No, wait, but wait, I like that note. I just thought it could resolve nicely.
That might be why. Is there something going on in the brass? Oh yeah, they're
an oboe, I think.
They're still playing a D flat major chord down here.
But wait, no. But that's awesome.
Yeah, that was the problem. Because see, now it's like the resolution is way nicer. Why does it feel like it lost a ton of Like, wait.
Because it used to be a polychord and then you just made it a pure chord, so now it's like too pure. It used to be a D flat major over A flat major, and that was so awesome.
Oh, it's good now, because it's because I cut the saxes.
Why did you do that?
I forgot. I mean, we could certainly make it a D flat major over A flat. It's just weird because it's 5/1.
Yeah, but that's cool.
Also, the C and the D flat, that's a really hard.
That's called a
interval
7th chord.
It's called a minor second, but it doesn't sound nice.
Well, if you don't like it, that's fine. Personally, I really like it though. That's just
Because
your work.
I mean, it's certainly do. I can work with this absolutely.
I also like that note in the piccolo that was like, that was not exactly part of the chord.
It was like that.
Yeah.
Ooh, that is actually a really nice color.
It is very funky.
The oboe as well is doing it.
I think maybe not the piccolo is the best instrument for it though. That's pretty low for the piccolo. It doesn't really like work. It needs to be on the flutes.
Ooh. Listen to the piccolo.
Yeah, isn't that just a lovely chord?
That's kind of nice. Although I think it does need to go down a dynamic level. Because it does feel a bit loud.
Personally, I might restructure the way you... then again, I did like... I am obsessively studying how to orchestrate chords, but... I don't know if this will be much use to you, but I'll send you my little work in progress here of my like sheet of how different composers orchestrated the same chord.
Sure.
And of course it's like by no means complete.
Are you just gonna play the audio for it?
No. I'll share a screenshot because it's more useful like that.
I see.
And it's of course again by no means complete, but hold on. What screenshot, please? Okay, there you go. There you go. So here are a few examples, sorted in order, chronological order.
And what, this how they resolved a G flat major chord?
No. How they write the same chord. They're all they're all playing a G chord. So this is how you can get like a classical sound, a romantic sound. I don't have anything like super modern, mostly because modern composers don't really write pure chords that much.
I do think that there is some context missing, because sometimes having the third be at the top or anything like that is...
Yeah, context is missing, but like, for example, if you heard that Beethoven chord, it sounds so Beethoven.
What is that? Misa solmensis?
Like it just sounds classical. Like I don't know how to describe it. Just immediately you can feel that it's classical sounding. So like, you know.
Huh. Okay. Interesting.
And the Mahler one, you can immediately tell it's Mahler, but also because he wrote for like 5 billion instruments. Look how many notes are in that.
I was gonna say, how many parts are on that trumpet? That's like 6 notes on that. I'm sorry the stream can't see this. This is in graphic.
Yeah, he wrote for like 4 trumpets.
Showcasing, yeah, I guess you could kind of piece it together.
And I did have to simplify it because some of these chords are...
simplified?
Yeah, because some of these chords are transposed, so I had to move some things around, but like...
I see.
All in all, this is like a general idea, because what I wanted to do is like find the least common denominator, right, to make them all play the same chord, in order to focus on the orchestration only. So it's not perfect, but like it's just like a reference, really. It's not like it's anything super big.
I see. Okay. Yeah, this is actually quite interesting. Yeah, okay, so for right now, these chords are just here just so I can lay down the key. I'll get out to, doing that all later, but for now, I don't really care. We don't intend this to be premiered anyway. Although I do think
it's not going up. Might as well make it all wacky. Not gonna lie, strings, might want to add them back. They're perfect for this.
I do feel like there should be like a nice little clarinet undertone thing on the next bar.
There's some low clarinets there.
Something like that, you know. So we could put a melody over that.
Like ambient music territory. Doesn't it just sound like ambient music? I don't know how to describe it.
Is that a bad thing?
Not a bad thing. I'm just saying.
I like
sound like
automatically write pretty like cinematic style, not like the shitty epic YouTube cover.
Yeah, epic orchestral remix.
Dun, 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 dun. No, not like that. No, just
all
like
bass drum.
It's all snare drum and horns, and the violins doing arpeggios.
Yeah, I mean that is pretty cinematic.
It is quite cinematic, but it's incredibly generic and very repeatable.
Oh yeah, because everyone saw Star Wars and were like, I want to do that. And they just kind of bastardized it over time, you know, but...
Holst, he does not know the curse he has unleashed.
He does not know, it's his fault.
But
he did it right.
Him and his planets. Yeah, okay, yeah, he did do it right. Everybody just listen to Jupiter. The other movements of planets are so cool. Like, Venus is so pretty, and Neptune is...
Saturn's my favorite one.
The ending of Neptune, with like the choir fading out, is genius.
Yeah, and he didn't even have to write Niente for it.
Yeah, they just closed the doors, didn't they?
They just closed the doors.
Yeah, in the conductor's notes, he instructed them to close the doors to the theater, or where the choir are, so that it fades out naturally, which is... When did he write that? The Planets.
1914, I think. Because it was before World War One.
First performance in 1918.
Mm-hmm. But it was written before World War One.
Imagine you being a strapping young lad in 1918 and you hear that ending. I would reconsider everything.
No way. Imagine being a little lad in 1918 hearing Mars for the first time. That like ending of Mars. Bom 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 bom. I don't know if anyone's ever done that before.
I know this isn't going to be premiered, but I need to write in these numbers anyway. Let's measure 33.
Hey.
That's 33? No, that isn't. That is not. No way.
Wait, what?
What measure is this?
What?
Yeah, let's measure 12. Why does it say... Oh, that's 33 seconds.
Oh my goodness.
I'm blind. This is 33 seconds.
That's the 33-second mark, guys.
There are pieces written like that, actually. Where rather than being like notated in sheet music...
Rather than like a YouTube's timestamp.
Yeah, I'm not even joking. They actually write them at 13 seconds that this happens. They actually exist.
Yeah, because they're weird.
There's a piece... Oh, what is it called? I played it when I was in school. It was... There was no strings. It was just band, and there was like vocalization. I was taking my instrument apart halfway through the song. And during the song, the lights in the theater were out and people were shining flashlights around and shit. It was wild.
Did they think they were going to like a rock band concert? What?
No, it's supposed to be like scary almost because people are screaming and shit. Oh, what was it called? It was something.
I thought they were like turning on the flashlights of their phone and like waving it back and forth.
Oh, I vividly remember. This. Students, we would put people... There was one section of the song was kind of slimy, and we'd have students sneak into the crowd and like hide amongst them.
Sorry, what? It was what? It was what?
It was kind of like this like slimy, slippery kind of section. You know what I mean?
What is... I don't know what slimy sounds like.
It's like very mysterious, slow-moving, like a snake slithering almost. But what would happen is students would go into the crowds and sit next to people, specifically next to young children. And at this one cue in the song, they would turn on their flashlight, turn at them, and scream at the top of their lungs. What was the name of that? I need to know what this...
I don't know, the Monster Mash? What kind of piece are you playing?
Oh my god. What was it? I'm blanking.
It's called Boo! boo, boo.
The last name of the composer was like Berkovich or something like that. Berkovich, was that it? Something like that. I don't remember.
Berkovich.
In Memoriam Dresden? No, that doesn't sound right. Berkovich. Was that his last? Berkovich. No, this is an American baseball player. Buckvich. Is that his name? Buckvich. American composer and percussionist. Let's see if I recognize any of the pieces on here. I know what you're talking about. Do you remember the piece's name?
It was called Beethoven 5.
What? He composed Beethoven 5?
Yeah, he did.
People scream German and it imitates the firebombing. Oh no, that is not even close. This is supposed to be a silly piece. You ever heard of a piece?
Maybe they just silly-fied it for you, and it's actually the exact same. Like
you ever heard of
the censored version?
You ever heard of a piece called, what was it, like Thermangy for the Victims of Hiroshima? That's a piece that'll scare you. That's
I don't doubt it.
That's an impressionist piece. It's an impressionist piece with just string quartet or like string ensemble or something like that. I listened.
This painting like called the Hiroshima Victim or something. That's also pretty scary.
It's called like the Thumbergy. I don't know. To the Victims of Hiroshima, and it's Threnody. That's it. Threnody to the Victims of Hiroshima. Listen to this at like 2 a.m.
Oh! I just looked it up again. That scared the bejeebers out of me.
What?
Because you said Hiroshima thing, and it reminded me of a painting, and I looked it up again. It scared the crap out of me when I looked it up again.
Wait, what's it called? I'm interested now.
It's called Hiroshima Smile by Ken Curry.
Oh God. Oh God, no.
Yeah, just looking it up scared me again. But of course, that's a good thing because that's what it's supposed to do. But like, still.
Is that a painting? Yeah, it's a painting, right?
Yeah, it's a painting.
Okay, good. It looked like a photograph almost.
Oh yeah, this guy's a real good painter. But like,
I'm trying to find what that piece is still. Buckfitch. He has a Wikipedia page. Let's take a look at this. He has a piece just called Cowboys.
What?
And mambo. And pop music for a cappella.
Oh, this guy's very prolific. What?
Oh yeah, and of course he arranged Shenandoah.
Don't forget he also wrote Beethoven 5.
Wait, he arranged Bolero for percussion ensemble. That's kind of funny.
Beat you to the punch.
No. This is it. This is it. It's called Voodoo.
What?
It's called, look up Voodoo
Voodoo
Buckvich. It's for like wind ensemble. That's what this is called.
I spelled this name wrong.
Yeah, you turn out the lights during the piece and they start shining flashlights and stuff. It's wild.
Hold on, where can I see the sheet music?
Oh, the sheet music is hysterical. You could probably find the score available for free somewhere. Here, you know what? I'll just play Voodoo on the stream, because so all of you can be serenaded. This is a performance by the Mercer Island High School. Oh, it's all coming back to me. Oh, and the conductor I had when I played this, instead of, because you couldn't see his baton, he was using one of those like cracked glow stick things. You know the ones? You like snap them in half and they start glowing?
Sorry, I was just a bit concerned when you said crack for a second, but yeah.
Yeah, let's get to the fun part.
The conductor, he was on crack.
Where's the scream?
Are you gonna scream along with the orchestra?
Oh yeah, this is the part where they're like sneaking into the audience. Yeah, here we go. There it is. That was kind of a weak scream in my opinion.
Sorry, that just reminded me that I watched a video of an orchestral arrangement of the Bad Piggies theme, and in the middle, someone just screams. Like
I've seen that.
That's my favorite orchestra performance of all time. Nothing will ever top that.
Unexpected scream. Okay, now Penbu, I want you to put yourself in Murder Island High School. Whatever, Murder Island. No, the high school that was just played at.
What?
Imagine.
Murder Island High. That's like a goosebump setting.
Imagine, small 16-year-old child sits next to you very unassumingly, and then he screams.
I like how you said small 16-year-old child. That's crazy.
How else would you describe a 16-year-old, small 16-year-old child? It's a very factual definition.
Yes, but like those two kinds of things like conflict in my mind.
Small 16-year-old child? Are you smaller than a 16-year-old child?
Yeah, I'm tiny. I'm like 2 feet tall.
Oh. Thanks for showing me that painting, by the way, because now I can't get out of my head.
Oh yeah, good. That was the point.
Yeah, can we listen? What's like the most unassuming piece to get our minds off this? I know exactly what. Let's listen to some Vivaldi.
Canon in D.
No. Listen to some Vivaldi. Oh, they changed the key.
What?
Why did they change the key? No.
What's wrong with the key? What did you do?
They put it down like a whole step.
Oh, did you accidentally do a thing?
No, I want to hear Vivaldi's Spring because I want to get my mind off terrifying paintings.
Wait, Vivaldi's Spring being played a whole step. Is that what you... Do you have like perfect pitch? Do you hear that it's being played a pitch lower?
Everybody knows what the key of Vivaldi Spring is. It's so ingrained in pop culture that you can hear it.
Well, you see, there's this thing called Baroque tuning.
Oh, actually, you might be right there. But it's still better in this key. Look at that.
Probably just because you heard it so much.
Not a single terrifying image going through my mind right now. I am at peace. I have achieved inner zen.
I'm gonna be honest, I haven't heard Spring in a while.
Hip.
It's like my least favorite Vivaldi piece ever.
Really?
Not really, that's an exaggeration, but there are so many better ones.
Alright, my mind is focused. I am ready. No more terror.
I'm locked in.
I am locked in so hard. We're going to finish. We're going to make this piece a 16-minute symphony. No, that's a short symphony. Like a 30-minute symphony with 5 movements.
16-minute symphony.
It's a really fast symphony.
It was just really slow. It's like 3 chords. Just really slow.
What's that like? It's like the quote-unquote longest piece of music. It just like plays a single note like every couple of years or something.
Yeah, I feel like it's cheating.
Yeah.
It's like a random note generator. Like, that doesn't really count.
I always hated things like that because when you look up like what is like the biggest painting ever, it's like, oh, it's the Earth or some shit like that. Like some super. No, I want to know the biggest painting.
The biggest painting somebody has attempted.
Attempted, never completed.
Oh, I think like a crop circle, I guess.
Is that a painting?
No, I'm just trying to think of like big one.
It'd probably be like that giant statue of like Genghis Khan or something like that. Is that considered art?
I would, but I guess that might be a bit controversial.
Maybe the Great Pyramids, because those are religious and are religious,
Ooh,
art.
right. I listened to that chord there, and I'm like,
Like a
might
good,
be of something.
like a good. like at peace or like ugh great.
Yeah.
Ugh great. I hate E5 or D flat 5.
Reminded me of like, I don't know. I'm just thinking about how you could like arrange the instruments to get like the most out of that chord. But to do that, I have to fire up MuseScore, and I'm so lazy.
I like clarinets. I should give melody. Give me an whoa, I hit my mic. Give me a melodic instrument.
Oboe.
Okay, I was actually thinking just the same thing.
It's the most melodic instrument. I don't know what to tell you.
Something like that.
Maybe English horn, because you're following up a very sweet sounding chord, so you need a very sweet sounding instrument, which is the English horn.
True. We'll go with oboe for now because I want to keep it like strictly wind ensemble.
Is English horn not wind ensemble?
No, unfortunately. At least
Really?
it's very rare from what I've seen.
Because usually I have English horn in a wind ensemble just to have it, because it's like, oh, it's a wind instrument. You could have the second oboe or the first oboe double on it, but you know, whatever, figures. And the English horn is epic. Or you could have the oboe and clarinet play in unison. That's also a good effect.
I could use this oboe for something because it's just, you know, the tonic.
I'm also very fond of the oboe and horn playing in octaves. That's like one of my favorite combos.
Ooh, I have never experimented with that timbre actually. Let's try it out.
It's like, because the oboe kind of sounds like a woodwind version of the trumpet, right? But it's like more restrained. So that's why I'm very fond of it. It's very grand sounding, but like a very noble kind of grand sound instead of a very boisterous kind of grand sound, you know? I'm very fond of the oboe and horn combo. And I guess trombone also works, but I'd just go with horn.
Like that? I think? Or would it be like this? To get the pickup right. No, it needs to, like... Maybe 16ths are too fast. Oh, nope. Is it a bit slow? Or do you think that tempo's good?
Well, personally, I'm a big fan of slow movements, but of course that's my bias, because I like almost exclusively write slow movements.
Here, wait. Let me get out my metronome again to get this. No, I don't want to buy a car.
What?
I got an ad.
Oh, okay.
Tempo I'm looking for is 75. Definitely not 39. Nope, not there. Here. And it would start there. Like that. No. Like this? Where is that? 1, 2. It's like this. Is this in 4? Oh boy, there might be another time change.
That's okay. I hardly expect any less of you at this point.
Okay, hear me out. 5/4. Like that, I guess? Ooh, diminished. Love to hear it. Oh, no, wait, that's augmented, isn't it? Is this right? Hold on. Here, maybe we can change this to be like that. Ooh, whoa, ho, ho, no way. I really like that chord, but like, it really wants to resolve back to the 1, and I don't want to resolve this just yet. Wait, would this? Because I'm really tempted to put a 3/4 bar here now, but that's just 4, but confusing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Back to the 1 there.
That's very organ sounding. That's cool.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I never thought about that, but yeah, you're right.
How else could you?
I can't get this
sounds because I really like it, but
I don't.
Clarinets is definitely a way, and bass clarinet definitely helps. Maybe like a low horn, like one low horn. I don't know. I'd have to experiment.
There we go. That's the chord I want. Yeah, we could
Wait,
certainly.
what chords are they?
No idea, but it sounds nice now.
No, but like lower horn, like low horn.
Like
lowest.
there?
Horn. Super low horn.
I thought you meant like. Do you mean like trombones?
No, like a horn, but like a single horn. That's just me though.
I can't do that. These are double horns. Oh, sorry.
That was so true though.
That was a very bad joke. I'm so sorry.
Horn or like.
Oh, there's a progression.
You don't have strings, so.
There's a progression I really want to do, but I'd be stealing it from another one of my pieces. But I don't want to do that.
Bro, whatever. The amount of times I've used 3-1 is insane.
No, but it's like not.
Do whatever.
Is it a piece that I did on stream actually?
Bro, whatever. It's like your signature chord.
No. No, that I remember that.
Chord.
I remember when that chord was from. There was a power outage, and I was like, all right, I'll write something on the limited amount of battery I have left. It came to me literally came to me under candlelight.
Don't tell me you actually used a candle.
Yes, I used a candle. I didn't have power.
You unevolved man.
I'm dipping back into my roots as an 1800 wench.
Sure.
I'm just traveling around with a candle, knocking on people's doors, being like, please let the starving artist in. Da da da. Da da da. Ooh, we could do like a call and response thing between oboe and horn?
I think horn might be a bit too loud. But what else would it be? You do like the crotales. Or like a piano, but
I just want to do this just so I can get the ranges right.
Niente.
Da 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 da.
Niente.
I love Niente so much.
Niente
you can barely hear that. Two. Oh, there's another progression I could do. But it's also from that song I wrote during a power outage. That song had great chords, apparently.
Maybe you should work on it. If your chords are so epic.
Da, 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 da. You know what I think would be nice undertones under all this? Just a very subtle mark tree going under it.
That goes. That's my Mark tree impression.
It's a perfect. I couldn't even tell the difference.
Thanks.
I think Mark tree actually has flags too, so I can probably mess around with it a bit. No, it doesn't. Okay, I guess not. All right, then keep your
What
seat.
flags would the Mark tree have?
Like upward ascension, downward ascension, whether to be quick or fast.
Play it upside down. There's probably some sort of actual marking we use for that. That's not just this, but I don't know what it would be.
It's just crescendos typically.
Yeah, but like to get the up and down, like what's the notation for that? I'm sure there's a notation for it. I just don't know what it is. And I've never used a mark tree in my piece, so you know.
Really, you of all people.
No, I've always just used a triangle because
Boring.
it's shimmery. Boring.
Glissando, surely. Oh, glissando. Yeah, that's true. It's just that with MuseScore, you really have. Yeah, just up and down. Yeah, I forgot about that. I feel like with MuseScore, you'd really need to do some like finicky stuff to get that to like visually appear. And a reminder, this is not going to be performed. So this works for now. Here, I'll even do that so it repeats. Man, I love having the same chime song going every measure. Da, 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 da. Is that right? No. Wait, what? 1, 2, 3, 4. This would just be a 4/4 bar then. Wow! Changing time again for the 4th bar in a row. Not there. Here. 1, 2, da da da. Yeah, that sounds right. I literally messaged you yesterday. Was it yesterday or was it the day before yesterday?
Who, me?
Yeah, you. Where I was just casually writing and I accidentally wrote like this wild amount of key changes. Oh, it went
accident.
3 4 4 4 2 4 4 4 3 4. I think it went to 5 4 a couple measures later.
You know, since it's you, I do actually believe it's an accident.
You're watching accidents happen live.
Accidents happen.
This is literally my creative process.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to say this first page looks pretty normal compared to everything else.
Oh, boo-hoo.
Like everything else I've written, it's pretty normal. That's a bad thing.
Oh no, my music sounds too good.
Shut up.
No, I'm just kidding.
Maybe just use this chord again. Da. Ooh. Oh, that hits. There's a mosquito flying around.
That's a very...
Die!
What?
Alright.
What? Oh, I thought you were describing your music like that.
No, there's a mosquito buzzing around my screen.
Oh,
Oh.
this sounds like a mosquito flying around.
Oh, the other day this felt so cool. There was a mosquito flying around me, and I caught it in my fingers, and I crushed it between my index and thumb. Oh, that felt so good.
Your next piece will be Flight of the Mosquito.
It's just Flight of the Bumblebee,
it-
but like a Stravinsky version where it's all atonal.
Yeah, and then at the very end, it's like the mosquito gets crushed, so there's just a huge like bang.
Da, 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 da. Yeah, just like that. That's very pleasant. Da da da. I can hear the melody. Da 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 da. It's very like Mexican sounding almost. And I think that should be a duet between the oboe and the flute, the horn.
Yeah, I think you're missing some flute. I was like, I'm not sure if personally I don't really think a horn fits here. I think it should be all woodwinds in my opinion, but I feel like, yeah, you're missing flute at the very least. We need some flute in here.
Ooh, that's a nice chord. Yeah, we can certainly look at flute.
Especially since you wanted low flute earlier. Now you can have low flutes.
I could have an alto flute.
Alto flutes are cool.
I've never written for one actually.
That sounds great.
Ooh, that's a fun one.
Da-da.
Da, 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 da.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Okay, now we just need that perfect oboe counter melody. Da do. Da 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 da. That is quite the crunchy chord right there. I don't know if it's a good thing
I
though.
don't know about crunchy, but it's more like squishy.
And also a little
Clarinet
bit of...
just sounds squishy. I don't know how to describe it.
I totally get what you mean, yeah. A little bit of shape
Yeah,
would be
they
nice.
just-
It's probably not even going to come through the audio, but it's nice just to know it's there.
Yeah. Fair enough. That mark tree is crazy.
Something sounds a bit off. I feel like if I'm going to commit to this chord, I have to like hard commit to it. This would
I'm
be
not sure what you mean, so I'll just have to wait for you to see.
this would be a really good bassoon entrance. I think I just accidentally modulated a D flat major actually.
Yippee.
Yeah, because G flat. Yeah, I did.
Not so lappy.
And then, actually, this would be a really good spot for horns to enter. Nothing huge, just very slightly in the background, you know? I should really keep Niente up in my main dynamics. They use it so much.
Oh my gosh.
There we go. Here, I'll put it right at the top. Actually, no, that completely messes everything else up. Maybe not. Niente.
Yeah, but
Do I care about any of the others in here?
should.
What is just S?
It stands for super duper. I don't know.
I think it's for sun.
What
now?
is just Z? What is Z?
Hey, can you play the Dynamics Z for me?
It stands for xylophone.
Xylophone.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Z is.
It's probably like for like buildings for Sondo or something like that.
I guess, but now you can just type in dynamics and MuseScore, so.
It's a relic, I suppose.
Have you ever tried doing that, typing in dynamics? I just can't do it.
Yeah, I never got used to it.
I mean, it's cool, but like... And it really annoys me that you can't... Because you know how you have like the Control D now to change dynamics, which is very fun.
You do? Control
But
D.
you can't do that for multiple notes at the same or multiple dynamics at the same time, which is bothersome. You always have to go back to the
Bro, is always here,
the
isn't it?
palettes menu.
Where's my Niente?
No Niente for you. You just get sextuple P, I guess.
Why would I need this but not Niente? That is just Niente.
No, but it's funnier.
Oh, you know, it'd be really nice here, actually. Like harp arpeggios.
I don't know why, but like when I heard that, I thought it was like the beginning of a waltz. Bum 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 bum.
No, we're trying to make something pretty here.
Hey, waltzes are pretty.
But like, yeah, okay, you know, can't argue against that, actually. Actually, I really want bass clarinet on the third in there.
Whoa, that's some fancy.
Yeah, that sounds nice. I feel like I want to do something with saxes. What can I do with the saxes? I haven't done much with them yet, and they're like the coolest part of the wind ensemble.
Disagree,
Not.
but sure.
No, I wouldn't think something so naive. What do you take me for?
Yeah, I would never think something so stupid.
People like the saxophone? Oh! Hugo, thank you for the subscription. Welcome to the cool kids club, unnamed people.
You guys are the CH in your name stands for chicken, so you guys are the LuTo chickens.
It most certainly does not stand for chicken.
Oh, then I don't know then. You guys are the lotuses.
It has a double meaning. Oh well.
CH, what does CH stand for?
It's
chair.
Chair. It is a double meaning because it's the last name, but it's also shortened the channel. Okay,
is difficult. It your last name?
It's a shortened version, yes.
I see. Well, you see, none of us would know that.
Wait, no, not the ch, the toe. Okay, I got them mixed up.
Oh,
the toe is from the last name. Ch is just because it sounds cool. And all the other big streamers had a ch after their name.
Yeah, I considered doing it for mine, but I don't feel it was necessary. But that's just me.
Nah, Shrieky Live goes hard, or Love Shrieky goes hard.
It used to be Cursed Shrieky.
Oh, really? you changed from Evil Shrieky to Good Shrieky.
Yeah, and I really did change too.
Were you an asshole back then or something?
No, I just changed genders, so.
Oh yeah, that'll do it.
I changed fundamentally. This is all wrong.
I used to have Ch, but it felt wrong. Switch to the VT. Well, yeah, because you can actually use the VTuber moniker, can't you? You actually have the model and everything. If I ever get a model, then I'll probably change it.
What could LuTo stand for?
LuTo? It's
Where's Lu?
this is
What starts with
established.
LU? It's like an element.
This is established. It's in my
Lu-
channel.
Lucky.
It's in my channel description.
Lucky Tio to
It's in my channel description.
what word begins with T-O?
Uh,
To be or not to be.
yes, I am Lucky Shakespeare.
To
Just the number 2. I'm
toucan.
Toucan? Oh, like a bird. Okay. You know, those are objectively quite cool birds, so I'll take it. Ooh, jump scare.
I think that sounds great.
Sorry?
I really want to try orchestrating that like melody and chord progression myself because I think it sounds great.
Oh, thank you. The melody here really is not coming through. The horns counter melody is really covering it up. If I put this up,
That's why you need to have some flutes doubling. Like even louder. Oh no. I'm never gonna hear again.
because I kind of whenever I hear this, I think of I'm listening for this, which is the melody.
You need to have the flutes help out, bro.
But the flutes are doing their own thing up here. They're resting. That's so important.
If you want it to shine, you should add that melody, but in the flutes and in the higher octaves.
Also, I'm kind of looking for it to stand out a bit more, not really add texture. I think the texture in the trumpets is actually quite nice.
And never mind.
It's just my opinion.
That's a very lovely chord. That D flat and A flat.
It really wants to resolve. I don't know.
You don't have to.
Da, da, and just fade that out into the
In my
melody.
opinion, it resolves on its own. Maybe.
I guess the next measure does start on D flat, which is.
That's just such a great chord. I don't know. It feels like it's like a mysterious resolution. Super mysterious.
They need to team up like that.
They need to team up.
One, two,
You
da,
know,
da, da,
Mr. Lotus,
da.
I think I said that I was asked to make like a music tutorial, and I have no ideas. I need ideas. What would you watch a music tutorial that?
Well, it depends. Are you targeting it like complete beginners?
It's mostly like about. I would like to do something about like orchestration specifically, but like what?
Okay, well, there's a couple immediately. You know, tenor, bass, soprano, alto. It's good to get across. Timbre is really nice to talk about. I'd actually argue that timbre is the most important thing to talk about.
Cool.
You could also talk a bit about you're probably gonna talk about voicings anyway. I assume this is for like or no, never mind then.
I'd make it like simple.
Yeah.
Because I can explain it simply, but I don't want to like be throwing around big words because that would confuse even me.
It's like a big music word you could throw in. I don't know. Rallentando. Ooh.
Cadenza.
Cadenza.
Niente.
Diente is 5 letters.
Yeah, but I didn't even know about
Ooh.
it before you showed it to me. So.
Here's a good one. Register. Ooh.
It's just an English word.
Or contour.
What's a big music word?
Dynamic quality. Ooh.
Rondo, but spelled the French way, so it looks weird.
Ophiclyde. Ooh.
Ooh. Harpsichord.
Ophiclyde would scare someone. Like just
That
the
scares
word.
me.
I don't trust ophiclydes.
I don't even know what that is, so it's scary to me.
It's like a weird bassoon saxophone mix thing.
I don't even want to know. That sounds horrible.
Yeah. Contrabassoon. I'm just looking through my music book right now. I'm just like, what's like a big word I can throw in?
Yeah, but contrabassoon is cool. It's like a...
Technical considerations. Ooh.
Here's a fun fact.
Ooh, technique.
Contrabassoon.
That's a good one.
If
Ooh.
you're writing for horn
Arpeggio.
harmony, you should not use a tuba or a trombone for the bass.
Oh god, I don't even want
they'll-
to try to pronounce that. Asacitura? Asacitura? These are big music
What?
theory words.
Akiatura?
Akiatura, is that how you say it?
Yeah, it's like a grace note, I guess, is what you would
Oh,
know it by.
I know which one that is. That's the funny one. That's this one right here. Yeah. I use this guy all the time.
Yeah, it has a fancy name.
That's like the thing with music theory I've really gotten. If I've gotten anything from music, it's just like, oh, that's what that's called. I didn't know that had a name.
What are you going to call your score?
Oh,
Untitled score.
I think that's a great name.
Oh, okay.
I feel like I need to get a bit more direction, then I can decide on a name. Your pieces' names are like The Sound of Fog or something like that.
Well, that's just like my working title. Sometimes they're just named after things that are like on my mind. This piece is called Anemone. For no other reason other than it was on my mind.
Sea anemones?
Yeah.
What's on my mind? This is just a fanfare, so I'll just call this... I'll be a boring fanfare for wind... Or no. For Wind Symphony. Ooh.
Fanfare for the uncommon man.
How to eat celery. Benbo, is that how you describe this sound?
Hey, wait, no, that was my
Oh, that was one of yours? I'm gonna plagiarize
my
that one.
title. Yeah, sure. But make it a little different. Make it like how it feels to eat cauliflower or something.
How to eat cauliflower. I'm just gonna have fanfare for Wind Symphony as a working title, and I might come up with something a little later.
How it feels to eat bitter melon.
How it feels to chew 5 gum.
How it feels to chew 5 gums at once. Do you chew 1 piece of gum at a time, 2 pieces of gum?
I don't
or
chew
more?
gum.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
I like my gum at an absolute minimum inside of my mouth. No gum for me.
I was trying so hard to come up with like I like my gum like I like my, but I couldn't think of one.
I like my gum how I like my pandemic social distance procedures, 6 feet away and with a mask.
Sure.
I don't know. Oh no,
hold on.
6 feet away and with my mouth covered. Boom, that's a good one. You got one?
I like my gum like I like my pandemic procedures 6 feet away with my mouth covered.
That's just what I said.
I just needed Yeah, I just needed to say that out loud so you could hear what you just said.
That
What is
wasn't that bad.
Oh my goodness.
Like my mouth covered. Like, oh, don't enter my mouth. Make you sound like an idiot.
I like my gum like I like my women. Soft.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's all you can say
Well,
about your women.
It's not supposed to be long. Yeah, that's it. They're like little squishy slimes.
That's how you like your women.
I like my well, it's how I like my gum.
Soft or little squishy slimes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I don't know.
I don't want it to be rock hard gum. And be like a Jolly Rancher. That's not gum.
Jolly
I
Ranchers
like
are
my
quite
gum
fire.
like. Yeah, they are.
Let's be
Wait,
real.
what's your favorite Jolly Rancher
Oh,
flavor?
easily grape. It says fantastic.
Grape is pretty good. Watermelon's also good. I like watermelon, but I just like watermelon flavor in general. Wait, what about your favorite flavor of Dum Dum? I think there are a lot more Dum Dum flavors.
Ooh, that's a really good question. I got a least favorite easily. They had a pina colada flavor that I hated.
Oh, yuck. My favorite is butterscotch. I'm a sucker for the butterscotch Dum Dums.
I like anything fruit flavored, honestly, except for limes. Never been a lime person. Lemons, I've eaten just straight lemons with nothing else in them. Delicious.
I don't like sour apple flavor. I like apples a lot, but not like apple flavor.
What's your favorite kind of apple? I'm on team green apple.
I don't really have one because I don't really like. Well, my favorite way to eat an apple is like fried and mayonnaise. So good. That's very southern.
So caramel apple.
Not caramel. It's a. I mean. Yeah, it's not a caramel apple. It's in honey and cinnamon.
Isn't caramel just fried sugar?
Yeah, but it's not honey.
Okay, so honey caramel apple.
I guess like a honey, cinnamon, and apple flavor. It's a very southern kind of dish because you deep fry it. It's so good.
Yeah, everything's fried over there.
Everything is fried. We fried Oreos and stuff and fried this and that.
No,
I've never actually had a fried Oreo. I just know people eat that.
Red fried ice cream. I hear it's really good, actually.
I've had fried banana before. That's actually pretty darn good.
Really?
Yeah.
I have not tried that. I'd be willing to try it, but only once.
That's fair. It might be those kinds of things are kind of like traditional foods, really. I bet you could come up with something that is also equally repulsive to me.
Yeah, probably.
Seeing as we are completely opposite. We're so opposite.
I have frankly no clue. I don't know. Everything here is just like a weird hodgepodge of different cultures.
That's fair. You know what I can't eat though is onion.
Onion?
Like raw onion.
Yeah,
like on like
fair.
a sandwich or something. I just can't stand onion. And I really want to like onion. I just can't do it though. It's just like one of those things I just can't, like raw onion, I just can't eat it. Cooked onion is fine though. It's fine if it's cooked. But like raw onion is so bad. But I'll eat tomato though. A lot of people don't like tomato. I like tomato.
Oh, tomato's fire. I don't understand people who don't like tomato. It's so good.
It's so much better if you cook the tomato though.
Oh, I like raw tomatoes.
Infinitely better. Raw tomato's good, but like cooked tomato is just so much better.
I feel like I could have it be a little bit lighter here.
Have the flutes play instead of the clarinets. I guess they can't play that low though. Or maybe that's just an excuse for you to pull out the bass flutes.
Like this?
I pulled up a new MuseScore thing, hoping to orchestrate something, but I forgot what the progression was that you wrote, so I'm just gonna come up with it on the spot. I know it was in D flat, I think.
Well, the opening was in A flat.
I'll put A flat then. A flat major is my favorite key.
Is it? I like D flat major a lot. Or E major. Those are both fun keys.
E major is okay. A flat major is my favorite though. Like I'll write in it all the time.
Bring that out.
A flat major is just so comfy. Like it's like A major, but like a little bit lower, so it's a little more comfy, a little warmer sounding than A major. So
I was associated that piece with that one Liszt piece. The
that too, I guess.
Liebestrom.
Yeah, that too. But like,
Ooh, that's nice.
ooh.
Da 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 da.
If you're going for something smooth the sounding, I wouldn't recommend having the bassoons play a perfect fifth.
Really? Because I think this sounds very nice.
If you think it sounds nice, that's completely fine. But like, since again I write in like a traditional style, to have a smooth sound, you don't want them to play like a perfect. You don't want it to play a discord, which is which are seconds, fourths, fifths, and sevenths. But again, traditional. You don't have to do that at all.
I don't want to go to B flat here.
Okay, it is a little whack that you're having them cross, but okay, the chord was like a something resolving to a A flat major over, or no, D flat major over A flat major or something.
You're talking about.
I forgot how it went.
Sounds very empty. It doesn't have a lot of substance.
Not 120 BPM, stupid MuseScore. Play at Adagio. Here you go. It's kind of weird to me that for some reason the strings get their own tempo marking.
Yeah, that's how it is on normal scores.
Yeah, but like, why?
Because they're special, I guess.
Are so special. Like, why don't the brasses get their own tempo indication?
Because we're the
Why not
winds.
every section?
Even though the brass and winds are 3/4 of the score, we are
different.
we are all just winds.
And it's not like they're playing different tempi either.
It was probably
I don't know why,
formalized
like,
by string players who didn't understand how
they were
brass
lobbying
worked.
for it. Yeah.
They just didn't understand how it worked. Because I mean this in the nicest possible way, but when it comes to brass, oftentimes string players don't know what they're talking about. Especially,
well, probably when it comes to strings, brass players have no idea what they're talking about either. So
no, absolutely right. But the strings claim to. I don't know. These are all stereotypes. Who knows?
yeah, I'll take that. Hold on, I'm gonna consult my chart. I'm gonna see how Mahler wrote out chords so I can copy him. Never mind, Mahler's crazy. There's just too many instruments. How in the world?
Could I have? It feels really low. Bass clarinet. You. Can you go another octave down? You can.
Hold on.
Ah, it's like a breath of fresh air. I always love 4-1. It's one of the best cadences out there. It's super underused. It gets so overshadowed by 5-1.
4-1 is cool. I just prefer 3-1, but
3-1?
yeah.
Like
Yeah,
major third to
I
major
love it.
third?
No. Like minor 3.
Interesting. I've never used that before.
Because, like I said before, 3 is functionally a dominant. So it's kind of like 5-1, but it's like minor, right?
What's that? This might be a 7/8 bar. No, it's just the audio's not getting it right.
Never mind.
Kind of want some chords, like a flute bassoon chord. That is no. It feels really loud. How low can flute go, I wonder?
It can go down to a C and maybe a B if you're really if you're really pushing it.
Ooh, that's nice. Let's see. I should probably have this just be a whole note. Or a quarter note. Da, 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 da. Yeah, sounds a little bit cleaner. Apparently you can change the mark tree direction using directional arpeggio marks. You can? Really?
Wowzers.
Oh, like this. That's up. Oh, you can! Oh, that's really interesting. I did not know you could do that. Thank you for sharing that, Minbu. That's actually really interesting. So it won't sound like terrible anymore, hopefully. It sounds okay. But still, that's pretty cool.
Man, trombone can go really high. What in the world? I was not expecting this.
Oh yeah. You can go pretty low
And
too.
it sounds great. Yeah. Trombone. I mean, I don't think it's a bigger. Is it a bigger range than the clarinet?
It's quite a big range.
I don't know if it's as big as the clarinet. It might be. Clarinet also has a pretty big range. Not that it sounds good in all of it, and I guess neither the trombone, but.
Oh, that's why it's
Right.
feeling empty. It's because I keep forgetting about the horns.
Oh my goodness. How could you forget the horns?
I hate horns. No, that's a joke. I actually really enjoy horns.
Oh.
I could do something like this. Just to kind of have some like forward momentum. God, this melody would be really good on violin.
Oh, what are you waiting for?
Maybe I can get this, put them on the saxes. Yeah, let's just try it. I like tenor and alto. Actually, yeah, I like that actually. Ah, that's very pleasant.
I am up to something dastardly here.
Ah. Isn't that just so pleasant? Maybe not a berry sax note because I'm feeling frisky. I don't know.
What?
I don't. That's the immediate word that came to mind for some reason. I'm feeling.
Don't ever say that at me again.
No, that's fine. Yeah, the berry sax is a really nice touch in there. The question is, what's next? Right? I'm not really sure where to go. I have two pretty complete phrases. I could introduce a counter melody, or a B section.
I'm locking in.
I'm
writing out this chord.
I'm very curious what you're over there writing. It is getting a bit late, so I might end stream pretty soon.
Oh no.
So if you'd like to finish by showing off whatever you've written, just like the wheel stream.
All I did was orchestrate this chord that you wrote.
Let's see it, I suppose.
Or when I'm not sure if I'm satisfied with it.
Perfectly fine. Take as long as you need.
Yeah, you're gonna go to bed. It's gonna be so sad.
I will stare at this opening fanfare because I really like it. Or we'll just loop this over and over. I think I could set it. Oh no, it's just gonna loop the ending, won't it? Oh well.
It's that chord right there that I'm trying to orchestrate, and I'm not sure if I'm doing it justice.
I see what you mean by it resolves itself.
Yeah.
Oh. It's pretty.
Pretty people.
Aww. I should get into something, another fanfare bit. It could be kind of interesting if it goes in and out of the fanfare.
So wait, what was the chord that precedes that one chord? Hold on.
It's just D flat major, the 5. Right?
So D flat major goes into D flat major over A flat major?
That is D flat major, right? It is D flat, yeah.
So it just kind of goes into itself. Okay. I can work with that. Hold on.
I wonder if the opening is in that. Hold on. If I change the key in the opening to D flat major, does this actually complicate anything? It does a bit.
Dynamics. It does just kind of lead into itself.
God. Ooh, that's actually, yeah. I'm liking that. The more I play around with it. The more I listen to it, the more I like it. Mostly because that clarinet chord afterwards is perfect. I wish that this melody was working. I don't know, something just feels off about it. On paper, it's correct for what I want, but it's just not sounding right in the playback. And I don't know if that's because of the playback's fault or it's just not notated correctly. 1, 2, da 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 da.
Another clarinet.
5, 1, 2, da da da.
3 clarinets in B flat.
Should a contrabass bassoon.
Contrabassoon is epic. Throw orchestra tip. If you're writing for a bunch of horns in a harmony, they're doing like 3 or 4 part harmony. You don't want the trombone or the tuba to play bass note because they'll overpower the horns. You want to use the contrabassoon.
Actually, you mentioned it earlier,
Bassoon.
and I am going to add in a string bass. Mainly because this chord right here, having a G on the bottom would be really nice. Where is it? Wait, am I blind? Where is it? It's not here. Wait, what?
It's called contrabass.
Oh, it's between the flutes.
What?
No, it isn't. Wait, yeah, it is. Why is it between the flutes and the clarinet and the oboe? This is not even close to orchestral order.
Basically the same thing, if you ask
If
me.
we wanted to go like real orchestral order, it would technically be all the way at the bottom down here, but I don't want to like completely separate them from everybody. Why is there a tenor sax down here by the timpani? What? Everything's all messed up now. Just on that chord right there. Just that. It's very light. That's all we need. Let's rewind a bit. See? It's beautiful. Copy that a few times. Just have to keep that going. B flat, back to D, no, G. Dude, you know, be kind of cool, like a walking thing, like that. Ah. That'd be a really good note for a tam-tam right there. Of all things. Tam-tam is actually a really fun instrument to play around with. When you have like those moments, you know, like
sounds like this. No, wait, that's
it has tam-tam has like this.
Yet.
Huh? Okay.
Sorry, I don't think it's working.
It has, you know, like those moments in pieces where you're just like, oh, like it's like an arrow just struck right through your heart. Add a tam-tam to those.
For that, though.
You add a tam-tam to those moments, and it's just even more.
Funky. Wait, A flat
You could barely hear it under it. Actually, let me turn that up. Actually, will this be too loud? Yes, far too loud.
Yeah. I have like
Mixer, turn up the tam-tam.
this might be really weird, but I'll try it.
Ah, doesn't that just sound nice? You just feel nice after hearing that.
No, it doesn't sound good.
Have a timpani thing going, just increase that tension. Ooh, I know where to go. Separate this out a bit.
Oh, that's nice.
Ooh, yeah. That sounds nice. Is that what is that? Minor second? I think. Yeah, E flat minor. Then I can resolve that. Resolve that to 1, then go to 4. And then, no, wait. So we'd go 2, back to 1. Then to the 3rd, I think? Then to the 4th. Then back to 1. Except down an octave. Let's just listen. No, but then it would... No, the natural thing is to repeat that and then go back to 1. So it would actually be like this. Right? There we go. Yeah, just go 4-1. Yeah, okay, and I could work with this progression. How you doing over there?
It's something.
Uh-oh. What's happening?
Voice leading bad. So hard. Why did I decide to be a nerd? This is so sad. Why is this going to B flat? No, that doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense at all. What note does D resolve to? E? Why did I do that?
What are you guys happening? Alright, can you make it quick? I want to end stream. I mean that in the nicest possible way.
Alright, sure, I guess. It's just 3 chords, but how do I...
Can you just
Share
send me the MP4? Unless you want to send me the score, then you could do that too.
No, I'm just gonna stream my screen.
Oh, let me turn on the audio. Play a little something. Let's see if they can hear it on stream.
I'll turn it up for you, because it's pianissimo.
Ooh, that's nice.
That's it.
The third chord count was kind of nice.
Yeah.
Oh, you're actually using strings too?
Yeah, I'm like, you say string hard, not hard. So easy.
Okay, well, there's a bit of a
Look how
difference. Okay.
Look how easy.
I would
But
say
I
there's
was more concerned with how to organize the chord. I thought the brasses made it too heavy. There's 2 brasses, which is just the trombones. And then there's this guy who you can't even hear because you can't.
You use soft mallets. That's what you get for using soft mallets.
Yeah, but yeah, and the clarinets play this, and the oboe plays that C because it's an oboe.
Yeah,
and the bassoon plays D.
And oboes always play C, and bassoons always play D. Yes.
Yeah, all the similar sounding instruments are playing the same note in octaves, so clarinets and flutes sound similar-ish.
Yeah, that checks out.
These guys are playing in unison, but whatever. A trombone and the bassoon are playing the low notes, and this guy. And also, I'm not even satisfied with this. I would change it, but whatever, you have to end the stream, so no more.
No more. Well, everybody, it was a pleasure having you all today. I'd like to thank Shriggy for reminding me that this was happening, because otherwise I would have not done this.
Idiots.
I probably, right now, I would probably still would have been working on music, but on something else.
No, you'd probably be sleeping.
Thanks for showing up, Pembu. It was great to have you. I don't know if I'd be sleeping now, although I am going to start sleeping in soon. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if tonight's going to be a good night where I am
If tonight's
fully
gonna be a good night.
whether tonight I'm going to be fully unconscious by
good night.
midnight, or if I'm going to be up on my phone looking at random videos. We'll see.
Hey, that's bad. You should get a journal and write in it instead.
It is bad, I'm afraid.
Journaling is very good for you and much more interesting than phone usage.
Is it now? It's probably better for your eyes as well. You're not supposed to use screens right before bed, but oh well.
Yeah, clearly we care about that part.
Well, regardless, it was a pleasure to have you today.
Yay. What? I'm probably going to be doing music tomorrow. Do you want to hop on?
Or
you're going to be busy. That's also fine.
I'll be there. I don't know if I can call, but I'll definitely be there. I'll tell you that.
Okie pokey.
All right then, everybody.
Just call me out. I don't really care.
Yeah, next time I'll show up on your stream.
Yeah, that would be epic.
That would truly be epic. Oh, and we have Terraria the day after, don't we?
Yeah.
Looking forward to that. Well, everybody, it was a pleasure to have you all here. So thank you, and
You're so nice to your audience. I'm so mean.
Well, yeah, I want to maintain some level of dignity. I'm sorry about that.
I always just end the stream like, all right, bye, get out of here, idiots, go write music, and then stream ends. That's my stream.
Well, everybody, it was a pleasure having you. Have a wonderful rest of your night. See ya.